Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
So let's just say I'm a genie, right?
You're a genie.
Granting 3 wishes and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the perfect wish? You know, like what is a foolproof wish that cannot backfire? Is there one? Is it possible?
It depends on how shitty the genie is.
Is the genie trying to undermine me, or is it?
I think any wish granter is trying to undermine you, pretty much. They wouldn't give you a wish if it wasn't like a comedy joke.
Right.
Like, for example, if I wished that my feet didn't hurt anymore, he'd just take my feet off. I'd have little stumps.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
So you'd have to add so much like extra legalese to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the end, he would still find a way to screw you. So
yeah, you'd have to do that thing, where you wish for immortality, but then you caveat with, I wish that I also never aged, and also that like I never lost my mind, and also that I was happy all the time, and also that my dog didn't die either, and also it's like
yeah. He'd be like, okay, I wish that my feet didn't hurt anymore, and that they were not destroyed, and that they look and function exactly as they do right now. And he'd be like, okay, and then he would just take away your ability to feel your feet anymore from your brain.
Well, as we know, you can't wish to be the best at anything, or to have the biggest anything, or the most anything, because he'll just take everything away from other people, right? Like, that's all, like, that's the funny joke of it, right? Like, oh, I wish I had the most money in the world. Well, now no one has any money, but you have the money you had before, and it's like, oh.
Well, okay.
Oh.
What if you wished something innocuous, like, I wish I was really good at basketball? How would that turn out bad? Aside from the fact that they could easily interpret it as, well, you're pretty good compared to a duck.
It's all relative.
I think it's on the wording, right? Like,
right.
If you say, I wish I was the best at basketball, there's your flaw, right? There's your fault.
Yeah.
If you say, I wish I was okay at basketball, I guess it's like they could be like, well, what's your metric of judgment, right? Like, what's good?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's actually, the thing is, if the closer that you ask for something innocuous, the less likely it is to go terribly wrong. Like, if you say, I wish for a Snickers bar, there's not a whole lot that they can do with that.
Well,
I gave you a Snickers bar filled with poison.
I know a wish that could never backfire. I know one.
What's that?
I wish I was recording a Goosebumps podcast with my good friends Bob and Brandon.
Granted.
Oh no! I'm turning into a fucking demon.
Oh no!
What's happening to my feet?
I'm turning into a Snickers bar.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to You Can't Scare Me. I'm in a black void. I don't know where I am.
Me too.
Life has lost all meaning, but I'm here podcasting.
You mean my wish came true?
Your wish came true. You made a wish?
Wow. I did.
Mario, did you fucking do this?
Yep.
How the fuck? I just keep spinning. How am I supposed to? I'm in a black void. I don't know which way is up. There's a microphone here.
I just keep spinning is a good like twist to a Goosebumps book.
This wish sucks.
Hi, welcome to You Can't Scare Me. It's me, it's Bob. I'm here with my good pals Brandon.
Yo.
And Mario.
Hi, it's me, it's Mario, the cool ghoul who's everybody's pal.
Hell yeah! Guess what? Guess what book we're doing? I don't know if we covered this. I don't know if we insinuated what it is.
You may have gathered from the jokes.
It's very possible that we're doing Be Careful What You Wish For. Goosebumps, episode 12.
Here's the thing. We forgot about it, and also this book feels like an afterthought. So,
It really, truly does.
This book feels like R.L. Stine said, oh shit, I gotta write a book this month?
I can't tell, is it just me, or is this book, like, bad because it's bad, or bad because it immediately follows 2 bangers?
No, I think it's bad.
Yeah, I think it's just bad. I mean, especially with this material, with the idea that you could have a Be Careful What You Wish For story, that's rich. You could do literally anything, and it is disappointing what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's wild how dull it is. Like,
I guess you could say if your wish is for a new Goosebumps book, Be careful what you wish for.
You. Aha.
Oh.
Monkey's paw curls a finger, and you get this book.
Here, I've got a monkey's paw right here. Hey, monkey's paw. I want a Mario history lesson, TM. Oh.
Wow. Well, the monkey's paw did indeed curl because I am here to give you history, and boy, let me tell you, it was fucking bad in October of 93. October 93 is like bereft of anything. By the way, this is history as it concerns exclusively movies, TV, and video games. The only thing that actually mattered in the big book we call history. Okay. But books are not included. We're not talking about books. So, like, just don't fucking... I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, movies. October 1993. That's the month we're in when this book came out. Also, yeah, this is the Goosebumps book released in October.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
What a fucking joke.
Like, come on, man.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Movies. October 93. There are 3 movies that mattered this month. Are you ready for them?
Ready.
Cool Runnings.
Okay. You set that up to be shit. Cool Runnings is actually good.
Yeah, Cool Runnings is good.
No, it's a good movie, but it's only one of 3.
True, but
it's a good movie.
Hey Sanka, you dead? Finish the quote.
I haven't seen Cool Runnings in probably 20 years. All
right, I'll play the clip. Hey Sanka, you dead?
Okay, you play the clip.
Yeah, man.
I
quote that to this day. It's so good.
Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man.
Cool Runnings is good.
I watched it a lot as a kid, but I haven't watched it in many, many years. Number 2 in movies, Demolition Man.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes. Pretty good movie, in my opinion.
Pretty fucking solid, the 2 we got going.
Yeah, number 3, Night Before Christmas.
Whoa.
Dude.
I mean, which is a pretty big movie. I mean, it's like historical significance in the terms of like cultural touchstones. I mean, you can buy a 12-foot tall Jack Skellington this year. You can't anymore, probably, but you could have.
I gotta say,
Enduring Legacy.
Nightmare Before Christmas has got to be like one of the most bipolar things. I love the movie so much, and I detest all of the merch so much.
Yeah.
Simply because it was like the first batch of like ubiquitous merch for everything. When I was in high school, I once saw a person with a Jack Skellington pencil head eraser and realized in that moment, wow, this sucks.
Well, we both saw a person with a Jack Skellington tie in high school, for sure. But I mean, like, yeah, Night Before Christmas is one of the first ubiquitous... it's interesting. My life course on Night Before Christmas has gone from being a kid and loving it to being a teen and kind of hating that it was, like, one of the first big, like, emo media properties, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
one of the first properties you could buy consistently at Hot Topic.
It was My Chemical Romance before My Chemical Romance.
Right.
It was Disney's My Chemical Romance.
I believe that's how they refer to it internally.
Yeah. I'm back to the part of my life where I like it, except that I don't like it as a Halloween movie. I do think it's a good Christmas movie, but only 5 minutes of the movie is a Halloween movie, so like I object to that.
Yeah, I mean, I always very much loved the movie. I was obsessed with stop motion as a kid. It's a beautiful, wonderful movie with good music, and it's kind of funny since it's mostly about a what do you call it? Like a holiday colonizer whose big problem is that he's too famous and everybody loves him too much. So
yes, this is true.
Kind of a big theater kid energy.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
But it looks so pretty.
Yeah, it's really well done.
I always loved the movie.
And a hell of a cast: Catherine O'Hara, Chris Sarandon,
and 2 Jacks Skellington.
Yeah, Chris Sarandon and Danny Elfman. And Paul Rubens, RIP, R.I.P. Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. But watch for Christmas, not for Halloween. Just put it out there.
Yeah, just putting it out there real quick. I like little ghouls.
That's a decent Danny Elfman.
That's pretty good.
You got to do a lot of ooh, a lot of yodeling to really get the oingo boingo effect.
Yeah.
TV. What was on TV? Well, I have 2 pieces that are not TV show related, but are important moments in television history. the first Got Milk commercial aired in October of this year.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
And it was directed by, do you know who directed it?
No.
Milk.
Do you want to take a guess?
Milk.
Milk, yes.
It was directed by Michael Bay.
Whoa.
Huh.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, figure that one out. Maybe more important to everyone in this conversation, Mike Nelson debuted on MST3K in this month.
He's my guy. I'm a Mike person.
He's my guy.
Ditto.
I'm a Mike person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all Mike people here. So like
Yeah, there's people that like Joel because he was the original or because he was weird, and then there's people that like Mike because his jokes were funny and written.
yes. Yes. It's because he was good at it. Like
I'm going to piss off a bunch of people, but there are MST3K fans who liked the show when it was bad, and there were MST3K fans who liked the show when it was funny.
Yes. Yes.
Charitably, I would say that prior to Mike Nelson, MST3K was occasionally funny.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm not.
yes.
I'm not trying to say that Joel was terrible in every way, shape, or form. You are totally right. It was like intermittently there were just some amazing jokes. It was just so funny, and then it was just nothing.
You got a lot of downtime in Joel episode.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a lot of lulls.
Yeah, although I will say that none of the Joel episodes are anywhere close to as bad as the Netflix reboot episodes where they can't let a joke land or wait for any time at all. It's 300,000 jokes per mile or per hour.
It's like the opposite problem where the original MST3K didn't feel the need to be funny all the time and was just kind of like, just riffing, just like occasional jokes here and there. Like sometimes they would just talk to each other and I couldn't even really hear what they were fucking saying. But then on the opposite end of that, it's the Netflix seasons where it's just, oh my God, stop talking. Why is everybody, I can't even pay attention to the movie. Like, am I not supposed to know what's happening so that I have context for these jokes? There is something so magical about the Mike seasons.
Yeah.
Where they just hit a perfect balance.
I think part of the problem is, if we want to get real about it, is that like the MST3K reboot was made by people who are fans of MST3K, and honestly, nothing ruins a thing more than fans writing it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean this sincerely. Like,
No,
it's the problem. It's the problem with like all Western comic books, right? Like because they're long-running character comics and they don't have like contained, they're going forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, that means that someone who liked Green Lantern is going to write Green Lantern, right? And then he does all the shit that he thought would be really cool when he was reading Green Lantern, and it's like, oh, wow, This sucks. This feels bad.
I think the real problem is 12 writers, no editor.
Well,
no
Yeah.
editor willing to sacrifice many jokes at the altar, or they had like 300,000 more than we even heard.
You need a person who does not view the material as sacrosanct.
Yes.
And that's both an editor and a person who doesn't necessarily like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just need fewer writers as well. You just
like
can't.
the Mike Nelson seasons, like they had just writers. That it wasn't like one thing about the Joel seasons is that like it was an insular group of people doing a thing they were really passionate about, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But that also means that it was an insular group of people who all had the same idea of what was funny to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas when they went to Comedy Central, they had to hire people to come in and write actual jokes. This is all opinion.
Yeah.
All opinion, but it's the correct opinion. So
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to brass tacks here. There were two shows that premiered in this month that maybe matter.
Oh.
One was the Jon Stewart show.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would eventually become important to life
Mm-hmm.
and media. And the other was a little show called Diagnosis Murder, which maybe no one else cares about, but I would like to note is a mystery detective show about Dick Van Dyke as a doctor, in which vampires are real.
Fuck yeah.
And monsters.
This also takes place in the same universe as Murder, She Wrote. They are canonically in the same universe.
What?
Yep. And in Murder, She Wrote, vampires are also real.
Diagnosis.
However, in Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury does not directly encounter a vampire. Dick Van Dyke does encounter an actual honest-to-God vampire whom he must slay in Diagnosis Murder. Like, that is an episode. She has magic powers and is a vampire.
I don't know why, but you're just conjuring in my mind the mental image of like Columbo, like interrogating a werewolf.
Yeah, yes. It would be if Columbo had to continue being a detective, but knew all the time that werewolves existed, right? Like, because the vampire thing is in, like, episode 3 of Diagnosis Murder. So, like, they wasted no time, like, establishing that supernatural creatures exist.
One more thing, Dick Wolf. I happened to notice that your whereabouts were not accounted for on the full moon this week.
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing. Yeah. So just know that Diagnosis Murder is mostly a normal, boring detective show about a doctor that solves murders, but it becomes more interesting when you remember that at all times Dick Van Dyke has to be thinking on his list of what could be going on, is it vampires? Like, because
You know, it's a funny thing. I always thought it looked like a rabbit in the moon. What do you think it looks like? You've seen it, haven't you?
It's that good Twitter joke that was the chart of could solve the Kira case, understands the Death Note function, can't like, could solve the Kira case, does not understand the Death Note function. Like,
The alignment chart of how good detectives are.
the alignment chart of able to both solve Kira and understand the Death Note.
Why does he take a potato chip?
Yeah, I think Columbo's on the both solves the case and understands the function of the Death Note. And that's fair. I think that's correct.
You know, you would have got away with it if you didn't take a potato chip and eat it.
I have a last category.
Oh?
It's video games.
I love video games.
They were nothing. Guess what? It's still Mortal Kombat. Everyone's playing Mortal Kombat.
Yay.
On the SNES, the Aladdin game came out.
I played it. Nah.
In the arcades, we had Ridge Racer and Virtua Fighter.
Oh, I remember Virtua Fighter.
Cool.
And that's it. Nothing else happened. That's literally it. I'm sorry.
It's only Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
Exclusively.
Yeah. Anyway, that's history. Hopefully November's more interesting, because let me tell you, October was fucking bleak.
Well,
Fingers crossed.
Before like this year, November was always the big release month, I'd say.
That's true.
Indeed. Well, I have downloaded a series of covers onto my desktop, and I think that we should go through them because Brandon has sent them out to all of us. So let's go ahead and go through these.
Let's get down to brass tacks again. So let's.
Wow, they used a lot of the bad cover, huh? They used a lot of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's a lot of it, but there's a couple surprises in here. So we'll start first with the original. In the original cover for "Be Careful What You Wish For." The two-tone color scheme is light purple background with a darker saturated purple in the letters in foreground. The central illustration by Stanislaw Fernandez depicts a hazy, dark space within which is a large, cracked crystal ball. The illustration is from the point of view of the ball reader, whose hands are raised around the ball as though reading it. The hands have long red fingernails. A child's face peers at the ball out of a fog of darkness, with an expression I would describe as a curious sneer. Everything is soft and hazy, as though airbrushed. The overall effect is not super engaging, in my opinion.
No.
The tagline in the illustration completes the title, "Be Careful What You Wish For," with "It Might Come True."
Why is the crystal ball cracked?
I don't know.
And why is fart gas leaking out of it?
I hate this cover. This cover's bad.
Her airbrushed face looks pretty weird.
Her face is just...
She looks like she just smelled a fart.
Yeah.
She looks
Yeah.
Like, it looks like the crystal ball is farting and she smelled it.
I think we said that last time, but it remains true. Yes, she has got extreme...
He who smelt it, doubt it.
Yeah.
She's got extreme hoobastank energy about her.
Yeah, she's a hoobastanker.
Who?
Bustank. That's so good.
Bad cover. Also, again, This is not Jacobus. I want to stress this is a non-Jacobus cover.
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
This first one's non-Jacobus. Is what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah. The first one is not
The
Jacobus.
second one.
Right.
The
The second one.
the
Yeah.
2005 reprint cover is a Tim Jacobus joint, and it is it features blue lettering or teal lettering on an orange background. The illustration here is by Tim Jacobus, and it depicts an old woman standing on the side of the road in the rain with woods and shrubs behind her. She is leaning towards the viewer with a neutral facial expression, holding a yellow orb, and appears to be shrouded in wispy, whitish blue, ghost-like fog. The perspective is bizarre.
Yep.
The top half of her body appears to be on a different plane from the lower half of her body, as is the background.
Yeah, she's like leaning towards the viewer.
Yeah.
It's also a bad cover.
It is surprisingly, shockingly a bad cover. Probably, I don't know, in my opinion, probably one of Jacobus's worst.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this, his signature is at the bottom of the painting.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if that's like a digital version or
I don't know.
if that's just how it was done. Maybe they were advertising that, hey, Jacobus did this one. You want this book because Jacobus is on it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's so bad.
Yeah. For one thing, I'm going to say, I think that the original pink cover is a better color palette for this story.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like the Castlevania 2 colors going on here. I don't know why this is happening.
Yeah, the orange and teal. Yeah.
I don't know why this is going on. But also, yeah, this looks like Tim Jacobus was going through something. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't. I don't know what was going on when he made this, but boy howdy, it is not working for me. Like, yeah.
It's a 2004. You can see he signed it 04,
Yeah.
and so they commissioned it for this 2005 reprint, and maybe it had been. I don't know if he had done this style of cover for some time before that.
I think not for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might have just been like kind of rusty. I think like the background elements look nice. The shrubs and stuff look good. The character does not. And
The
I don't know.
character-
She looks too human.
She looks like a caricature.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so strange. Also, I think one of the things that we've talked about before is that Jacobus would get sort of like the initial chapters of a Goosebumps book or like the like cliff notes of it. And then he would like do covers based on that, which is why some covers are depicting things that are not in the books.
Right.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the book was finished at this point. Like all
Right.
the descriptors,
This is a fairly accurate portrayal of a thing that happened in the book.
except
I mean,
Except the ball is wrong.
the ball
color.
is the
ball's
wrong
wrong.
color.
The ball's wrong.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
but it's. I mean, I'm sure it's because he chose to give her the red shawl and like
It would clash, yeah.
it would clash. But I agree, it is an odd oversight.
But yeah, that's all for me.
Not good. Not a good cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Hurts my eyes, actually.
It hurts my eyes. Let's move on to what I think is the best of the original.
I agree with you. I was
covers.
gonna say I'm shocked to say this, but
Yeah, no, this one's really good.
Yeah.
Also, I would say if you wanted Tim Jacobus to do the cover for a Goosebumps book after he got done with his main run, be careful what you wish
what
for.
you wish for.
Oh!
Oh.
The 2009 classic cover features the classic goopy white font that
Bad
resembles.
Don't say it.
Let's call it
Don't say
Guy Slime Trouble Fluid.
Trouble fluid.
The illustration is a 5-point perspective depiction of a psychic's tarot reading parlor lit by an eerie blue light. The perspective is given as though the viewer is looking up from the floor at the foot of the table at a severe angle. Padded chairs and a red tablecloth are visible near the viewer, as is a shelf with junk behind the chairs. One of those wagon wheel chandeliers hangs from the ceiling, lined with candles. On a pedestal in the center of the table and taking up most of the image is a giant crystal ball, supported by a pedestal made of ornamental hands. The crystal ball is filled with the head of a middle-aged woman with dark hair billowing backwards snakily as though she is underwater. The woman is wearing hoop earrings, lipstick, and a shawl. Her eyes are very red, but not, I would say, shining with light red. Just red as in she got
Bloodshot.
bad case of pink eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is staring down at the viewer with a smile. In a break from recent entries, as noted before, I think the classic cover is the most interesting of the three.
I mean, it's like not at all what the book is about, but it is the best cover.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is like this is a book that you see it on the shelf and it's like, oh shit, yeah, I wonder what that's about.
Yeah, I'm interested in this.
Definitely. And I want to point out now with bonus features.
Yeah,
good.
What the fuck is that
features.
referencing?
It's got a pop-up section.
It's got features.
Really?
This book's got features.
No.
Oh, okay,
I
all right.
wish.
I was
It probably has like internet links or some crap.
Oh yeah, some fucking bullshit.
Also, our praise is heaped entirely on the illustration, which is good. Again, the classic covers have this ghastly problem where they have like 20 fonts on them.
Yeah.
Give me a break, guys. So at the top of it, the original series from the Master of Fright in what looks to be kind of the original Goosebumps like text font. Then we've got the Trouble Fluid Goop font. Below that, be careful what you wish for. The title is given in like meme font for a 60s or 50s B movie.
Yeah.
And R.L. Stine is in a different font. And then there's the Scholastic logo, and now with bonus features, all different fonts. Give me a break.
It cannot be
half
stressed.
the screen is text. It's like
It's insane.
It's so ugly.
it's bad. That is bad. I also like the way the title is positioned. It obscures half the image, which is bad.
Yeah.
It's very bad because like you can barely see the cool pedestal that's holding up the crystal ball. There's definitely like an eye motif in there, but you just can't see it behind.
Yeah, I want to see that, but I can't
Yeah.
because of the words.
Sad.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from the best cover. Most of these are just going to use the first original American cover as their illustration, but I figured we should go through them anyway. So the next one is the Danish cover for Gusseuld hvad du ønsker vil du få, what you wish you will get. And the tagline, du får tre ønsker, you get 3 wishes. Wow.
Wow. Cool.
Wow. Neat.
No way.
That's sweet.
It's pretty crazy.
Hoobastank?
Nothing else to say about Hoobastank.
I've got nothing more to add about it. Mistake.
Hoobastank.
Hoobastank.
Mistake.
Oh, you need a bunch of umlauts above that shit. Oh, man. That's
Yeah. The next one is I've got the Italian one here, which is Piccoli Brividi. Little Shivers. The Sfera di Cristallo, the crystal sphere. It's the same illustration, although there's some black goo here.
Yeah. Some oily, viscous black.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that it reads very well, but it's there.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, I guess this book in Italian is the crystal ball.
Yeah, the crystal sphere.
Interesting.
So next, let's move to the Spanish one. This is Pesadillas, or Nightmares. Deseo peligrosos, dangerous wishes.
Yeah, dangerous wishes.
Podría hacerse realidad. It could come true.
They may come true.
Same illustration.
Yep.
Next is the Norwegian Gløsune. Pass på hva du ønsker. Be careful what you want. And the tagline, Ønsker kan bli virkelighet, which means want to become reality, or something like. Same illustration as the American original. Moving on to the Icelandic cover, which is original. And at first it looks kind of doofy, but I like it actually. So, Hroklur, which is chills, Getu kves pu Oscar Per, which I couldn't translate. This cover features green lettering.
It's probably be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna guess.
This cover features green lettering on a purple ground and depicts a pale woman in gothic clothing, black lipstick, and spiderweb-like black necklace, seated in a red mist in front of a crystal ball in which swirls white fog. She's looking down at the ball with her head, but her eyes are looking up at the viewer with a mildly malicious expression, like maybe annoyed. But yeah. I think that this is a pretty good cover, actually. It looks a little doofy, but it's better than most of them.
I can't call it worse than the original. I can't say that.
It's weird because it's got like an AI quality to it, and her
Yeah, a little bit.
which seems rude because it was drawn so back in the day, but at the same time, like her eyes are like slightly off. And like one eye is looking in a different direction. It's got kind of that, those old paintings where the eyes are like looking. One is straight on and the other is like kind of off, so that it's always looking at you.
Yeah,
It's got kind of that vibe to it, which is neat. But at the same time, like looking at it as a low quality JPEG is not doing it any favors.
Yeah. She is very young in this picture.
Yeah.
As opposed to the like indeterminable age of the story character. But again, I think that this is a pretty good picture of a witch casting on you.
What were the names? What were the names of those orbs that had like lightning in them, and you would touch it and it would like snap to your finger? It was like a glass like orb thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yes.
like the Spencer's Gifts electric orb thing.
Yeah, she's holding that.
Found it. They're
Static electricity ball?
they are electrostatic
Plasma light ball is what I
plasma
see.
globes.
Yeah.
They were invented by Nikola Tesla.
Cool.
That is cool.
It is cool.
So let's move on to a pretty wild cover. Back to jolly old England.
UK.
The UK cover
UK.
is
Oh,
a
no.
mess.
Oh no,
It's
why?
so busy.
Why brown?
I would like to. Okay, Brandon.
They went from white to brown.
So now it's poo. It's diarrhea. Okay,
Yeah.
let's be real. It's diarrhea font.
Here, let me
Brandon,
briefly describe it.
Tell me what you would call what she's in.
All right, so
Also,
the Goosebumps.
please tell me what color the poo font is being surrounded by.
The Goosebumps logo has a yellow outline with a brown interior.
Why?
It's like poo goo.
It is poo and pee.
It's caca poo poo pee pee. The background slime we all know is pink here, and the unspeakable bubbles are yellow and orange. In the bubbles rests a shattering pink orb of very thin glass, more like a Christmas bauble than a crystal ball. Reflected in the unbroken bottom half of the orb is the shocked face of a female child looking up at a blue and yellow hummingbird with its wings unfurled in front. This cover is a mess.
What the fuck? It's so all over the place.
She looks like the fluid she's in looks like it's a melted peach ring.
Yeah.
There is on the bottom right cover. That's a peach ring.
Oh yeah, this whole thing actually kind of reminds me of a one of those watermelon gummies.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. I don't know what Britain was on about. I guess
I mean, like they've spoiled the entire book in this cover for one thing.
Yeah.
The bird has spoiled the entire book. So, okay.
I will say that the illustration of the child's face looks good. Like, I think you can tell what that is.
Oh.
We see a lot of like expressions that don't make sense for what's happening. We see a lot of kind of honestly pretty bad faces on these covers, and this one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Korean.
Bad cover. Cover.
Koe
What the fuck?
Pumpu depicts a brown textured background in front of which is a bemused woman with teal eyes and a black hood. She is holding a purple and blue crystal ball in front of her face with beringed and bebangled hands. This is not good. There's a lens flare.
Lens flares for days.
From nowhere.
This looks like something you'd find on a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper, like a knockoff Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
/ painted, airbrushed on a van. / you bought it from a person with a stall at the Renaissance Fair. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty doofy. Especially compared to some of the other Korean covers, which are excellent. This one kind of sucks. Next is Cher de Poule, the French cover.
yeah.
Souhait dangereux, dangerous wishes.
That's like the most French name.
Yeah.
That's the most French name for this. Dangerous Wishes, which also sounds like an erotic novel.
Yeah. Also, I actually like this cover a lot. It's pretty good.
This one depicts this is another straight-on image of a woman on a black background. She is in flowing red robes and has black hair and black eyes. She is looking down expectantly at a red crystal in her hands. Again, the French, probably among the better covers.
Yeah, I agree. This is a pretty good cover. I mean, like, it's not exactly interesting because it's just a character in a black background, but I do think that it's not a bad cover. Like,
Yeah.
We've had some pretty bad ones, so this is nice.
And the last image I have in here is apparently a temporary tattoo that came with this book or was associated with this book somehow, and it's literally just a stitched cut, which I don't know how that's relevant. I guess maybe if you wanted to be charitable, the main character is very clumsy, so maybe she had several of these.
Yeah, I would just say that it's a book that came out in October, so
I was gonna say, this feels like you bought this book from Scholastic in October, and so here's what you get.
Need a Halloween costume? We got you covered.
What I think this was Scholastic said, well, the most sensible pack-in for this book would be like a little crystal, but we don't want to spend the money on that, so you get a crap tattoo instead. And it's Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Halloween. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, let's go ahead and do chapter summary discussion. And before we jump into that, real quick, I just wanted to mention that I was trying desperately to find an audiobook version of this.
Me too.
I couldn't find one.
Nor could I.
And you know why?
Why?
Because the only audiobook that they made for this book was for the French version, which,
Really?
yes, in 2022, a French edition of the story was adapted to an audiobook exclusively to Audible.
Wow.
Boo.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there's that. Unfortunately, I had to resort to a text-to-speech program, which was very good. I highly recommend it. It was
Why?
It was very fun.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I had other shit to do, Mario.
Oh, man.
Judith Bell would deliberately trip me in math class. I saw her white sneaker too on the aisle too late.
No,
I was carrying my
no.
notebook up to the chalkboard.
Mario, you're already making a mistake. I was playing that shit on 1.75 speed.
Okay, sorry. Judith Bell would deliberately.
That's literally how I was listening to it. And surprisingly, I got everything. I didn't miss a thing.
Well, nothing happened, so you didn't miss much. I mean, there's not a lot of risk. You're not going to get it.
Much like Aerosmith, I didn't want to miss a thing. Anyway,
Well, there's not much to miss.
nope. All
Who
right.
wants to tell us about the first 7 or 8 chapters of this book?
I think I know someone who made a wish to do that. Brandon.
I wish that you would skip me. I wish we would skip the book. No. Okay. If I
Okay,
have
we skipped
to.
the book, but Earth died.
Oh.
Yep.
That's
the only way we knew. That's the only way we knew how to do this. There's no other way to.
You'll get your wish. You'll not have to read the book because there is no Earth.
Granted.
Yes. Good.
Granted.
Read your lines in space with no air. Chapter 1. We join our main character, Samantha Bird, with a Y, in a 7th grade classroom. She is being tripped by her enemy, Judith Bellwood. Sam lands hard on her elbows and knees, sending all the papers wedged in her notebook flying every which way. This is maybe too early for remembrances, but I too often stored my homework as loose papers sandwiched in a notebook instead of a folder.
Me too.
Organizing things takes effort, and when you're a kid,
Hey, millennials! Remember this? Remember doing this?
I do have a bit slightly later about a little time capsule about school technology, but we'll get there very shortly.
Okay.
Actually, we'll get there right now. Do kids even have notebooks anymore, or are they all using Chromebooks and turning in homework digitally? I literally don't know.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
They have Chromebooks. Yes. They
Damn.
my one of my friends is basically a TA, or like he's basically IT for the school. And yeah, kids get computers and iPads, and they do their homework on that.
That's way better.
Back in my day, I got ink poisoning.
Back
Uphill
in my
both
day,
ways.
I got stabbed with a pencil and I had lead poisoning.
We did stab ourselves with writing utensils. So that did
Yeah,
happen.
we did.
Back in my day, I had to have. Okay, guys, this is true. This is 100% true. I was about to say I had a panic attack every day because I spent at least 20 minutes trying to find my homework
Yeah.
amongst a myriad number of worthless handouts in like 7 folders and 8 notebooks. But this very morning, I woke up in a panic because I dreamt that I had forgotten to do a project for class. And it was like, dude, and I was like, oh my god, my life is over. My academic career is over. And then I woke up and I thought, oh, my academic career is over. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
I've only had one dream where I woke up and in the dream it was warning me about something that came true, which was when I dreamt that I was falling, and then I woke up literally in the middle of me falling off my bed. And
Yeah, I've had that happen.
slammed on the ground.
Wow. It's so damn literal.
Yeah. My dreams aren't very creative.
We'll get more into school stuff because it becomes relevant again shortly. And what is this podcast for if not remembering school? So returning to the big trip, the entire classroom laughs at Sam. An especially hard laugher is Anna Frost, Judith the Tripper's pal. Getting up from the trip with a tomato red face, Judith's green eyes glow with triumph. What a shit kid. Sam describes herself as the tallest kid in her grade and the biggest klutz who ever stumbled over the face of the earth. She ponders why it is such a riot when she stumbles over a wastebasket or drops her tray in the lunchroom. Sam, honey, it is probably that your audience is children and you send a lot of stuff flying when you trip. We are all attuned to appreciate large dramatic explosions. The eye and the mind alike love the tragic scattering of papers in a classroom, or a tray full of wet beans spiraling under cafeteria lights. Because Sam's last name is Bird, Judith and Anna call Sam Stork behind her back. Good one. Judith says to Sam, "Why don't you fly away, Bird? Not so good one." You can do better than that, Judith.
For real.
This may be important.
Yeah. Sam's friend Corey says that Judith is just jealous of Sam, and Sam reflects that Judith is the perfect height for a 12-year-old at 5'2", with perfect creamy white child skin. She is also athletic, graceful, and has big green eyes. Why would I not be jealous of this miniature goddess? Sam asks herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot to notice.
That part was weird.
Yeah, it's a lot for Sam to notice. Sam gathers her papers and shoves them back in her notebook. Sharon, the teacher, asks if Sam is okay. Sam notes that all the students call the teachers by their first names at Montrose Middle School. That's weird.
I also said that.
R.L. Stein was like, I don't want to write last names. Everybody, all the kids in the school just call their teacher by the first name. That's weird.
This was phoning it in today.
Yeah, this is a real phoner in. Sam says she is fine and copies a math problem onto the chalkboard as requested. She notes that she is incapable of squeaking the chalk on the board. Story time. School technology. It's an interesting time capsule. I personally barely experienced chalkboards in my school days. They had mostly been replaced by dry erase marker boards by the late 90s. I assume most of the people listening to this podcast also went to school in the late 90s and early aughts. But even so, we'll describe it. My high school and college still had a few classrooms with chalkboards, which is Mario's high school as well.
That's true.
The school loadout from the early 90s or early aughts, just to spell it out for any younger listeners, kids at that time carried spiral-bound notebooks that they took notes in physically and in which they wrote their homework out by hand. You still had to buy and carry heavy physical textbooks. At our high school, they had an awful rule where you couldn't use a backpack to carry your supplies, and the time allowed to get between classes was about 4 minutes. So if your locker was in a bad place, like mine, you had to just carry all of the books you needed before lunch. And being late would get you judgment under God, where you were forced to stand and stare at a wall for an hour after school. So to avoid this, we were accustomed to carrying a leaning tower of textbooks, notebooks, and supplies in our arms between classes. It sucked. iPads would be better. Chromebooks would be better. I don't miss it.
I actually carried all of my books for all of my classes in my backpack. I don't know why, I just did. My backpack was big enough, but at the same time, all of that shit was so heavy that all of the straps on my backpack would eventually just rip off.
Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, I well remember carrying 5 periods worth of textbooks in a hallway, and people made fun of you for that. Mm-hmm. They were like, "Oh, look at this guy! He didn't go to his locker." No, I didn't.
There's not enough time
because I live in the real world.
Yeah, you guys get lucky. Maybe all your classes are right next to your locker, but 4 minutes is not enough time to do that and like sort through all of your books and papers and things. Yeah. Anyway, it sucked.
Yeah,
true.
It sucked. Physical stuff sucks.
Indeed.
For school. So back to the story. In the classroom with Sam at the chalkboard, she hears Judith make a joke about her to Anna, and they snicker. Judith, lay off for like 1 second. Sam couldn't solve the problem. Teacher Sharon, no last name, steps out to examine what Sam did wrong, and Sam internally notes the teacher's ugly chartreuse sweater. We are in the judgment zone today. Judith raises her hand and calls out the problem with Sam's math and volunteers that Sam can't add. Honey, baby child, you have managed to physically assault, quietly insult, and loudly insult your classmate in the space of about a minute. You're begging to get cursed. The classroom bursts into laughter again. Everything is funny to these kids. The shitty teacher does nothing to stop any of this. Teacher sucks, class sucks. Sam is embarrassed and angry, but keeps it together until home economics. Then, Sam says, it got ugly. Chapter 2.
This book is miserable.
Yeah.
Everyone's so mean in it. It's like, everyone's so mean in it, but Sam is also so preternaturally bad at everything. It's like, oh.
It's a spiritually noxious place. Yeah, and she's mean too. She's like
Oh yeah, she's also shitty.
constantly like judging people around her. Yeah.
Like
Chapter...
Sam's not a good person. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. She's like her life is bad, but that doesn't make her a good person. Chapter 2. Sam likes Daphne, the home ec teacher. Daphne is, quote, a big jolly woman with several chins who is rumored to make her students bake cakes, pies, and brownies in her class so that she can eat all of them after the students leave. Sam reckons this is probably true. Everyone playing Goosebumps Bingo, please mark the A Character is Fat Shamed box now. Real Stein.
There was like progress in the last episode. There was progress. And it just completely shattered in this one.
His hatred of fat people.
This isn't even the last time this is going to happen. Like in this book.
I'm sure. Yeah. Oh no, I thought you meant in the rest of the Goosebumps series.
Oh God, I'm sure. Like R.L. Stein stopped not fat shaming. That never gets. No way. No way.
The rest of the Goosebumps books are a bloodbath.
What would the monkey's paw curse be for wishing R.L. Stein would stop making fun of fat people?
He would become.
There would be no Goosebumps.
No, I think it would be. He would go the opposite direction. What would happen is you'd have to be like, I wish R.L. Stein would stop hating fat people, and then he would become like one of those people who's like very unsubtly fetishizing them, like,
or his hatred of fat people was the only thing keeping his raw, unadulterated hatred for deaf people in check.
He would just hate somebody else.
He'd unleash the deaf hatred in every book.
He would just pick an even more unokay target. Yeah. So back in the lunchroom, Judith jokes that Bird tried to fly in math class. That joke sucks, Judith. Come up with some new material. Despite this, the students laugh at Sam again. Sam accuses Judith of tripping her, but she says this with a mouthful of egg salad which dribbles down her chin. Truly terrible things are happening to this girl. The show also depicts this accurately. It is as gross as it sounds.
It's vile.
Yeah, maybe not as gross as eating a worm, but pretty bad.
It's just like, Sam, why are you doing this? Why would you do this?
Sam, at a certain point,
you bring this on yourself.
110% elbows. Yeah. The children again laugh at Sam. She is averaging one classroom laugh every 20 minutes. Sam gets up to confront Judith, but her friend Corey drops his lunch tray at Sam's table and sits with the chair backwards. Corey is cool. He jokes with Sam about the math problem she could not solve. Sam retorts and asks, "Can you believe Judith?" Corey replies, "Of course, Judith is Judith." They banter. Sam reflects that Corey is kind of cute and describes him. He has great hair. Wow. He wears an Orlando Magic cap. That's the team that Shaq was on in the 90s. Corey is definitely cool.
I was going to ask that question.
What's that?
I'm glad you answered it, which was, what was the Orlando Magic famous for at this time? Thank you for
having Shaq. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Corey looks in his lunchbox and grimaces. As usual, his dad packed him a grilled cheese sandwich and an orange. Corey says, yuck. Sam asks if Corey tells his dad that the grilled cheese sandwich gets cold and slimy by lunchtime. Corey says the dad calls it good protein. Sam asks if his dad throws the sandwich away every day, or if he knows that Corey throws the sandwich away every day. Corey grins and says no. Being a kid sucks. Also, this kind of sucks.
Yes, all true. All true.
Sam says it's good you came by. I was about to commit a murder on Judith. They glance to Judith's table where an 8th grader is displaying a picture in People magazine to others at her table. Did kids read People magazine? They laugh at the picture. Did kids read People magazine? I had Topps trading cards and video game magazines. I don't remember bringing People or Reader's Digest. Zoo books.
Oh my god. Highlights.
Yeah, highlights for kids.
Fucking highlights. Goofus and Gallant. Oh my god, you just ripped open a memory hole in my brain. Oh no. Or did I do that? Shit.
I don't recall even looking at an adult a magazine that adults read until I was ever. I don't know what the yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think
I don't know.
The only thing that I had was like a what was it called? It was like a meme book before memes were even called memes. It was like it was a book full of signs that were clearly fake, but they were the funniest things. It was like highway signs that were like jokes or like billboards and stuff. I don't know if you guys have.
Oh, well, those like novelty joke books.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But I mean, like,
But like,
I'm not
mag-
reaching for fucking Time.
No fucking kids reading that shit.
No, if I had a book at lunchtime, it would have been The Missing Gator of Gumbo Limbo.
Also, like, if
Or
kids had like, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna mention my book on the Bermuda Triangle. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say like teen, like Nick Magazine or like Teen Cosmo or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. What was the name of the? Was it just Teen Nick or something for the Nickelodeon magazine?
Well, it was just Nickelodeon Magazine, but there was a Teen Nick.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I could have sworn
Nick-teens.
I've seen those. Yeah. Anyway.
I think that the Bermuda Triangle book is cool. I definitely would have been into the Bermuda Triangle book, although at that time I probably would have had more space things. I had
a bunch of books on cryptids.
Yeah. Me too. I had a couple on cryptids. Bermuda Triangle, and then there was also, I think I had one on Bigfoot, but it wasn't as cool. Oh, I had one on the Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster is cooler than Bigfoot. IMO. Just don't at me.
I also had like at least 10 books on Pokemon. So.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. We also had the buyer's guide to Beanie Babies, and
Yeah.
look at prices and stuff. And then if you
I
want
had that, yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to consider it like reading material, I had like a giant folio of like all like for my Pokemon cards and for X-Men cards before I had Pokemon cards.
There is also, this would be later, but there is Beckett's Anime Collector, and Beckett's Yu-Gi-Oh Collector, and Beckett's Dragon Ball Z Collector, and
One of my friends would always bring his Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We liked JTHM in high school.
I had that, and Squee, yeah.
Yeah, Squee, yeah.
My favorite is actually I Feel Sick, but because there's a part where one of the characters in I Feel Sick is answering the phone, and she says, "Wet Jimmy's gourmet ass meats," and I think about that a lot. I think about Wet Jimmy's gourmet ass meats a lot.
Sorry, that had a delayed effect.
I'll find the panel. I'm gonna look at it right now.
Normally, I scoot the reactions closer to the when people say them, but I'll keep the distance between the joke and the laugh.
It's a slow burn. Yeah.
Here it is. Oh yeah, here it is. It's wet. The panel is Wet Jimmy's gourmet ass meats. Do this be pickup or delivery? And I think about it often. I think about it a lot.
You've got 3 of your 4 Twitter images already, Bob.
Oh my god, I found a tweet from me in 2019. This is a good exchange. A tweet from me in 2019 where my life came full circle when this happened to me. And then a second character enters the room and in all caps says, "I hunger for ass meats, bitch." And this is a really yeah.
Back to this amazing book that we want to talk about very badly.
Sorry. Anyway, sorry.
Not avoiding talking about it.
Yeah. So Sam was stopped from murdering Judith by her friend Corey. Sam says it's good you came by because she was about to commit murder on Judith. Corey advises Sam not to murder Judith. Good advice. They consider the positives and negatives of murdering Judith, chief among the negatives being that Judith is the only good player on the school basketball team. Sam is also on the team at the insistence of Ellen, the coach, but Sam, of course, is the worst player on the team. Despite sucking in predictable ways, Ellen is too embarrassed to take Sam off the team. Sam fumes about Miss Perfect, and Corey says Sam has some positive qualities herself. According to Corey, Sam is smart and funny and generous. So generous that you'll give me that bag of potato chips. He grabs the chips and eats them before she can resist. He didn't even offer Sam one chip. Not even one chip. All I wanted was a chip, and he wouldn't give it to me!
All I want to say.
Oh, sorry. All I wanted was a chip. Yeah. The bell rang. Sam heads to home economics. They were making tapioca pudding. Nothing bad will happen. Dark clouds gather. Judith approaches, holding a big bowl of tapioca pudding and a smirk on her face. She pretends to trip, spilling pudding all over Sam's brand new blue Doc Martens. Oops, she says. Sam screams and begins to strangle Judith. Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Pause for 1 second because this happens in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Sam attempts murder here.
Yeah, she's strangling her.
Or aggravated assault, I guess.
This isn't a fake out. She's actually strangling that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Judith pulls Sam's hair and tries to scratch her. The teacher, Daphne, pulls the two apart and, quote, thrust her wide body between Sam and Judith. Real Stein, please.
Why? Did anyone else get like a vibe like around this time that maybe that Sam and her family were like werewolves or something at a certain point? Because she's like really physical. She's like having anger issues. She's acting out. She's lashing out. She's tall for her age. You know, like a bunch of little like things like that. And then it just goes absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, there are several things in this book that feel like they might have been an attempt to set something interesting up, and then they just, and Real Stein just gives up on it. I thought that, like, yeah, she was like more than usually violent and angry. Who knows? Maybe Real Stein was just working through some stuff at the time. Or maybe he just didn't know how else to characterize her and said, what if she was like a violent psychopath? Anyway, after strangling Judith and being forced apart by the teacher, Sam runs out of the classroom fuming. If I had 3 wishes, she thinks, I know what they would be. Destroy, destroy, destroy.
Kill Judith.
Kill Judith, mon. Little did I know, Sam says, that soon I would get my wish. All 3 of them. Great, good writing. Chapter 3. Daphne makes Judith and Sam shake hands. Judith mutters under her breath that it was an accident. What's your problem, bird? Later, Sam appears for basketball practice. She didn't want to, but she didn't want Judith to tell people she had scared Sam away. Ellen makes the kids run laps. Sam reflects that Ellen is not very athletic, but she had agreed to coach because the school pays her extra to do so and Ellen needed the money. This is a weird and kind of mean thought for a child to have. Judith and Anna began performing good basketball, Harlem globetrotting, and obtaining all of the goal points. Judith sank a 20-foot jumper, caught her own rebound, and scooped a perfect two-handed shovel pass to Anna. I assume these lines are in here because Real Stein asked some youths to describe to him some cool basketball moves, and he reproduced them faithfully here based on his notes of the conversation, which were definitely handwritten. But maybe that's uncharitable. He could just be a ball freak.
I really thought that he stopped writing the book at this point and someone else is writing it. I was like, is this being ghost-written? Like,
this feels like someone just attended a girls' basketball like meetup and then just wrote everything that happened and then occasionally injected some like plot relevant stuff. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like Stein.
While I was taking my notes here, I felt like I was doing a joke. I was starting a joke, but no, this is what the book actually says. So Sam experiences a series of childhood sports indignations, including getting hit in the face with a whiffed pass and having a teammate steal the ball after she actually caught a pass. That sucks, but I have a personal experience of that when I was playing soccer as a kid. I was not very good at soccer. One time only, I managed to get the ball away from the entire team, and the coach's son, who was on my team, ran up behind me, stole the ball from me, and scored a goal, teaching me everything I needed to know about competitive sports. His dad then patted him on the back and was like, "Good job! Way to go! Great goal! Stealing it from your own teammate." And I quit soccer on that day, and that was probably for the best.
I scored 1 goal in the entirety of my career in soccer, which was all of middle school, grade school through middle school. I was standing on the field, and the ball landed on my head and bounced off and went in the goal. And that was it. That was my career. That was it. Because the rest of the time, I really just wanted to be home watching anime. And eventually, I convinced my parents to let me do that. So
yeah, I mean, you weren't good at soccer, but you had a good head on your shoulders.
That's true.
Most thing I remember from soccer was just that they had me be the goalie just because I was big. So it was like, oh, you take up more of the goal, haha. And then I was just like, this fucking sucks.
This sucks.
And then I remember being really good at baseball, but then we switched from pitching machine to kids throwing the ball. And I think I got hit once, and I just was terrified every other time that I went up to the plate. And so I just did so much worse. And so I eventually just quit because it was like, what the fuck is the point of this?
Can I just interject really quickly how boring the first 5 chapters of this book are?
There was a point where I was listening to the AI read it, and it was like, this is the most AI readable fucking version of this. What is fucking happening? Nothing is going on.
Yeah. I literally at the end of this chapter, my comment was, remember when this was a book about wishes? No, I don't, because the wishes haven't fucking happened yet.
Dude, you could have so easily started with one of the wishes and then dealt with the consequences of it instead of having, it's like, I bet, Bob, you must have felt like the AI was hallucinating a really boring book.
Yeah, it was like, is it just, at a certain point, I legitimately thought is someone playing a joke on me? Did they pretend like this was the version on YouTube that was the AI reading it, but they actually just fucked up a Goosebumps book and then had it read it? I had no idea what the fuck was going on. But then there's also, I totally agree, Brandon. I totally agree, because there is a wish that backfires later. And it is fascinating, and it brings up really interesting concepts and problem-solving things that Sam needs to do. But it lasts a couple,
one
like
page?
a chapter. Yeah, not even exactly. And it just ends. Oh God, whatever. We'll get there.
Yeah. So, after the sports indignations, including having a teammate steal the ball that she actually caught, more basketball antics occur. Judith knees Sam in the chest. Sam honks like a sick seal. Everything turned red. Sam knew she was going to die. That's the end of the chapter. She's definitely going to die.
Short book.
R.L. Stein.
Yeah, short book.
R.L.
Chapter
Stein.
4. Oh, well, for the first time in Goosebumps history, this was not a lame rug pull where she wakes up. Sam dies. What follows is Sam's adventures in hell.
Yo, that's a really good Goosebumps book. I think we read different ones.
Yeah, but no, of course not. Sam has the wind knocked out of her, and she describes how it feels. It really feels like you're dying. Everyone playing Goosebump Bingo, please mark the square, for chapter ends with a fake-out death for the main character. Ellen asks one of the girls to walk Sam to her locker room, and Judith apologizes en route. But Sam doesn't want apologies. Sam wants blood.
She wants vengeance.
She wants vengeance. Judith gets angry when Sam doesn't accept her apology and mutters, "Why don't you fly away, bird? You really got to come up with something. You got to come up with something better than that, Judith."
You can't keep using that.
Bird brain.
You can't keep using that.
Bird brain, off the top. You could totally use that. That would work as a middle school insult. Sam leaves school on her bike and was so angry she bikes past her house and keeps going. It begins to rain and progressively rains harder. She stops at the edge of her neighborhood, which is hemmed in by a wood. As she turns to go home, someone steps in front of her. A woman. Sam gasps. Something might be happening in this book. The woman isn't young and isn't old. Wow. She has dark eyes, like two black coals on a pale white face. She has thick black hair and black old-fashioned clothing, with a bright red heavy woolen shawl around her shoulders. Now, what you got here is one of them modern witches. She looks confused. Sam tells the reader she should have run away as fast as she could, but instead lamely asks, "Can I help you?" Chapter 5. The woman looks over Sam, sitting on her bike in the rain. The almost ghost-like woman approached and said in an old woman's shaky voice that she had lost her way and needed to get to Madison. Sam says that's pretty far away on the east side of town. The woman asks if Sam can take her there and grabs Sam's wrist in her icy grip. Sam gasps internally, and the woman repeats her request. Sam assents, and she hops off her bike to walk east. A lot of stuff happening in this book. Very exciting. Sam notices the woman's dimple and appraises her looks again. She's kind of pretty in an old-fashioned way, Sam thinks.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah,
you are so clearly an old man who is stuck inside of the mind of a child. Like, what?
I'm 12, she thinks. She is kind of pretty in an old-fashioned way, Sam thinks, internally damning the crone with faint praise. As they walk, Sam notices the woman's black boots and a small purple bag tucked under her arm. The woman apologizes for being so much trouble, then declares that she loves the rain, upturning her palms to collect some. Without the rain, what would wash the evil away, she says. What a weird thing to say, thinks Sam. Lady,
rain to wash the world clean.
That was not even subtle enough for a middle schooler. Nothing dead in my purse. I am not on my way to turn baby fat into broom fuel. The woman was by now completely soaked, but didn't seem to mind. Sam trips and falls over, scraping her knees. The woman reiterates it is really so nice of Sam to help her, asks for her name, and tells Sam that her name is Clarissa the Crystal Woman. The Crystal Woman is walking in the middle of the street as a station wagon pulls up behind her. Look out, Sam shouts, but the station wagon swerves around the Crystal Woman. For the first time in 2 chapters, something almost happened. The two reach Madison. Clarissa says she is really so kind, the kindest, just a really kind kid. Kind, most young people aren't kind like Sam. Very kind. She offers to repay Sam, who refuses a reward. Clarissa grabs Sam's wrist, bringing her face close, and reiterates she wants to repay Sam. Tell you what, she says, I'll grant you 3 wishes. Chapter 6. She's crazy, thinks Sam. 3 wishes, the woman repeats, and pulls a red glass ball the size of a grapefruit out of her purse. It isn't a joke. Your wishes will come true. Clarissa explains it all. Make your first wish, Samantha.
Do you know how many times I had to stop myself from writing that?
God damn, I actually have it in my recap. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we're in 90s mode.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon. This book is boring. Clarissa explains it all. Make your first wish, Samantha. Sam stands there miserably uncertain for some time. She racks her brain, trying to think of a wish that wasn't worded so stupidly that it would go horribly bad with major unforeseen consequences. Finally, Sam comes up with one. She says, I wish I didn't feel bad all the time. Immediately, Clarissa cackles triumphantly, raising her hands to the sky. The wind gusts violently as black storm clouds swirl overhead. Clarissa points at Sam, and a lightning bolt jets out of the sky, striking Sam dead on the spot. Standing over the smoldering child, Clarissa screams into the void, You'll never feel bad again! 'Cause you're dead! Not really.
No.
If only.
Sam comes up with a wish. If only. Sam comes up with a wish. She says, I wish for world peace. Immediately, Clarissa cackles triumphantly, raising her hands to the sky. The wind gusts violently as black storm clouds swirl overhead. Clarissa points at Sam, and a lightning bolt jets out of the sky, striking Sam dead on the spot. Standing over the smoldering child, Clarissa screams into the wind, You'll never experience war or anything else ever again. Not really. Sam comes up with a wish. She says, I wish I didn't ever have to sleep. Lightning bolt. I wish I wasn't so clumsy. Lightning bolt. I wish I was a couple inches shorter. Sam's legs slightly shrink. Then she gets a lightning bolt. Woo! Sorry, I was... What Sam really wishes for is to become the strongest player on her basketball team.
Strongest is such a weird choice of words.
It's so obviously, like, fuck-withable, I guess.
Sam wishes to become the world's strongest.
Sam wishes to become Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I thought it was going to go the way of, like, oh, she's so strong that, like, she tries to shoot the basket, but it blows it off, like blows it into a million pieces, and everything just like shatters to the ground. Or like she like shoulder checks someone and they like rocket into a wall and fucking die on impact.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre how like getting wishes and having there be consequences is one of the oldest and most free-form types of setups you can get. You could do like anything with it. You could do all kinds of interesting stuff. It really is pretty disappointing how little is done with it.
Weirdly enough, one of the wishes is changed for the, or actually maybe more, but the one that I was thinking of is for the show, and it's actually better. Yeah. It's a better, a fun play on it. So
well, it's sort of better. I'll say it's sort of better.
At least it's like it feels horror correct.
Yeah.
But we will talk about it. Stay tuned. So Clarissa closes her eyes. The red ball glows brilliantly for a moment. After the red glow fades, Clarissa tucks the ball into her bag and leaves without a word. What a stupid wish, Sam thinks. Sam, it is not even the dumbest one you come up with in this book. Chapter 7. We join Sam at the dinner table. Sam complains about being too tall. Her brother Ron is being a pest, and she has a little brown dog named Pumpkin. They ask Sam about basketball practice, the family, to which she gives 2 thumbs down. Thinking of the wish, Sam asks Ron if he wants to shoot some hoops after dinner. Ron at first says he has homework and it's still wet outside. Sam pleads and says she'll bring a towel. For the ball? They go outside. Sam wonders, am I in for a big surprise? Yes, I was in for a surprise, Sam thinks. Clarissa, the Crystal Woman, stood on the court in a basketball player's jersey holding the ball. Clarissa cackled triumphantly, raising the ball to the sky. The wind gusts violently as black storm clouds swirl overhead. No. What actually happens is that Sam still sucks at basketball, missing the garage entirely instead of doing a sick dunks. Determinedly, she tries her very hardest to score 1 goal point by passing the dimpled orange sphere through that void which we know, seeking purchase of a swish beneath the backboard against which so many hopes and dreams have been shattered by faulty angle or deflection by wayward pinky, reflected not into that fabled hole but away into jeering oblivion. She fails. Ron bats the ball away. Sam screams, I wish you were only a foot tall. Ron laughs and runs after the ball. She immediately regrets this very stupid wish and calls after him. Maybe this wish also didn't come true, she hopes. Suddenly, Ron scampers towards her on the grass, a foot tall, just as Sam had wished. It's definitely Sam! End of chapter 8. Ron. Sorry, it's definitely Ron.
It's Ron. It's definitely Ron. For sure. Absolutely. And for real, Ron is a foot tall now. And it's my turn to do this part of the book, which we all loved and enjoyed, and I love doing. All right. Okay, chapter 9. R.L. Stine provides an object lesson in delayed gratification in this thoroughly pointless chapter. Okay. Sam somehow mistakes her dog for a 1 foot tall human, stretching even R.L. Stine's credulity. Which, like, I know the cliffhangers are often bad, but, like, it's a dog. It's a fucking dog, Sam. You can't tell me you thought this dog was a human. I'm fucking fuck.
My eyes and brain are also clumsy. That I swore that dog looked just like my little brother.
Sam almost tells Ron about her uneasy encounter, but he's too interested in homework. Never has it happened ever. Corey calls, geez, just get married, you two. At lunch, Sam dodges a low kick from Judith, but fails to capitalize with a counter despite probable frame advantage. Corey has grilled cheese again, but it's cheddar?
Whoa.
The reader is entranced.
Child abuse.
Cheddar is plus on block.
Cheddar is plus on block. Judith and Anna mock Sam, suggesting she should get sick so they might actually win today's game. Dramatic irony begins boiling over. Lest you, that's the end of that chapter. Any additional commentary on that great chapter we all loved?
Cheddar, huh?
Yeah, cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, cheddar cheese. Chapter 10. In traditional wish rules, Sam's wish has been interpreted both literally and ironically. Everyone on the team now plays worse than she does, and to be clear, she fucking sucks at basketball. To begin with, she tries to run the ball to her own basket.
Nailed it.
However, due to everyone else suddenly being too tired to function, she does score 1 basket.
Good.
Yep.
Riveting.
Yep.
I am on the edge of seat.
Riveting. I mean, it's riveting stuff. It's really compelling stuff. Chapter 11. The team continues to be terrible, losing by 24 points and probably getting Ellen fired.
Is that how it works?
Like, I'm just thinking about Ellen, like, watching this on the sideline, like, oh man, like, I'm not coaching next year's team, am I? Like,
I mean, it's middle school basketball. Like, you get what you get. You can't make
true.
The kids be good. They're not capable of doing that very much yet.
Ellen's like, I should have gone and taught home ec. Which, by the way, my AI would constantly call home EC, so that was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do kids know what home ec is? I never had home economics.
Oh, I had home ec. I
didn't
actually,
know. No.
I learned how to make a bag. I made a bag for my toys, for my Transformers and my Beast Wars. It was rad.
Cool.
Yeah, it had a drawstring and everything. It was sweet.
We did not have that.
Yeah, we did not have home economics, but, like, to me, it seemed like an anachronism from, like, those, like, those, like, 50s, what do you call them? those propaganda-ish films that like were often on MST3K, like how to gouge your part into your skull and why you have to get married.
Yeah,
we had neither home ec nor shop, so
damn, we had both.
Really,
home ec is one of those classes where it's like it really feels like a direct response to the people who are like, school doesn't teach you any practical things for your life. And so it's just two classes where it's like, hey, you want to fuck around with some wood? And hey, you want to make food and sew stuff?
I think that's probably good. I mean,
I agree. That's probably good.
No, I learned a bunch of stuff. And like weirdly enough, I learned more in home ec than I did in shop. So...
yeah,
or more useful, quote unquote, useful things for my everyday life.
I believe that. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's not that surprising. It is shocking, and this comes up pretty often. How bad school is at even attempting to prepare you for like practical problems or teach you practical skills for many parts of life. Like even law school, you spend your entire lawyer career basically reading and writing. And they give you a lot of reading. They give you basically no writing. Like you come out of the school not knowing how to do the majority of extremely basic tasks that a lawyer would have to do in basically any situation. And I feel like there's like huge glaring blind spots in school in general that could be filled with some practical skills classes like that. Like there are many people that I went to school with that can't boil water or you know what I mean? Like don't have even the most basic cooking functions, and they just eat out all the time, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's like, I think that there's also another step to it where I think that there should be a class where it's like implementing that knowledge in like the real world, like not just doing it like in class, but also like going out. Here's an example, like going out and getting a bank account. How do you do that?
Yeah,
like what's involved with that?
Yeah.
Being more involved with I don't know how it is now, but being more involved with like your driver's license test and just like what exactly you need to do to like get to that point where you can drive a car, like stuff like that.
You don't even have to merge onto the highway to get a driver's license in this country, which is absolutely ludicrous. America, I know it's harder in other countries, but like school not fully preparing you.
'Twas ever thus.
Yeah,
I would say.
Instead of having recess, they should all have to go to an apprenticeship under a plumber.
I agree. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because when I said that comment about like shitty people like being weird about it, I didn't mean to like cast too broad of a stroke. I was specifically referencing that one guy who made that video. What was it? What's his name? That guy with the glasses who in his review of what was it? The Wall.
Oh yeah.
Like the entire thing is that guy with the glasses basically just being
nostalgia critic.
Critic, yeah. It's just nostalgia critic being like really weird about just like school, and it's like they don't teach you anything practical. It's so stupid. It's just like, bruh, shut up,
bruh. I mean, just one personal pet peeve, which should be a universal pet peeve. As an attorney, it is strange to me how little we learn about like the rules that we are all charged with constructive knowledge of. Like there are so many laws and people don't know a fucking thing about them, including me in school, and it is so strange that we don't know any of them. Did you guys know that you can't drive a car barefoot? Did you know that? Because that's not true. It's not true in any state in the United States. And my friend who is a lawyer said that to me. Like it was true. What have they done to us?
What have they done to us?
What have they done to us?
We don't know anything and we'll believe anything. It's because the rules are created by people who want to use those rules exclusively against everybody else. And they don't want you to know, and you never learn them because that would give you an advantage, and they don't want that. Mm-hmm. And also school has just got some huge glaring blind spots.
Yeah.
It's not bad. They just need to patch school.
I would love a class, like a single class that would teach you your rights when it comes to like traffic stops and for being basically questioned by the police at all ever.
I taught some of those.
I feel like a lot of, especially a lot of the videos that I'm watching now, which is basically just like, traffic stops or traffic violations, and then the cops basically just push over your fucking basic rights. And it's like, I'm not a sovereign citizen or anything. It's just like so fucked watching cops like clearly like use their power to take advantage of people. And nowhere is that more highlighted in like interviews with cops. Where they were interviewing some subject for like an investigation, and they just don't know that like you need to call a lawyer, man. You just call a lawyer right now. Just fucking do not talk to them. Call a fucking lawyer.
Yes, here I actually volunteered when I was in law school at a thing called street law, where we did this, where we taught them among their privacy rights and their rights under a traffic stop and things like that. We also taught them like how marriage works and how custody works and all kinds of things like that. But very, very, very brief. If you live in America, one, don't talk to cops. If you have to talk to them about things that don't matter, talk to them politely, because they can ruin your life. Cops are legally allowed to lie to you, but you're not legally allowed to lie to them. And if you're ever in the presence of a cop, you ask for a lawyer. They have to stop at that point. And they're supposed to stop questioning you at that point. Sometimes they'll have another cop come and talk to you and try to browbeat you into talking to them, insist on a lawyer again. Keep doing it. They eventually have to give you one legally. They might not, because again, the rules are wielded by them against you for their benefit, and they might just decide to break those rules because they know they'll probably get away with it. But that's what you got to do. Don't talk to cops. Ask for a lawyer.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, if I make a counterpoint to all of this, in the second grade, we made model pyramids.
That's cool.
And that was cool.
Was it were they out of like marshmallows and toothpicks?
Nope, they were like a constructed thing.
Whoa, not like graham crackers?
Nope.
Whoa, that's so cool.
I mean, I think we did make a pyramid of sugar cubes at one point, but no, that mine was made out of like paper.
Did I ever tell you guys I made a functioning wooden hand that used rubber bands for the tendons?
That's cool.
And
that is cool.
You could pull the strings on the bottom and it would close the hand, and then you let go and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I made that
Hey,
one.
that's pretty neat.
Hey, that's pretty neat. Actually, I think my dad did it, and then he just gave it to me.
I mean, a lot of my projects in grade school were done by my parents.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah, for real. But one of the most fucked up tactics I've ever seen a cop do is basically accuse someone of something and say, we have video footage, we have video evidence. And then the person is just like, I guess if you have video evidence, maybe I'm losing my mind. And I'm just sitting there like, no, they can lie to you.
Yeah.
They are lying to you.
They can lie to you.
So everybody out there know that they can lie to you. And they are specifically looking for, if you are ever accused of something like that, you need to stick up for yourself, because they have like this idea that if you don't, then you know you're guilty. So it's like, unless you get mad about them accusing you of shit that you know you didn't do, they will think you did it.
Everyone who's even mildly interested in this that lives in America, there's a very popular YouTube video called Don't Talk to Cops, which explains why even if you believe that the cops are a force for good or whatever, it'll show that even the mistakes or understandable misunderstandings of a cop can still be used to crucify you in court, even if you did nothing wrong, and why you should never talk to cops. Look it up on YouTube. Don't talk to cops. They showed it in my criminal procedure class because it's a really good video for that. Public service announcement about public servants.
Quote unquote servants.
Anywho, Sam takes sick, twisted glee watching her friends and teammates suffer, confident they will be back to normal by tomorrow. The end of the chapter, however, suggests that is an incorrect assertion. Chapter 12. Judith and Anna are absent at school. Panicking at upping from attempted murder to actual murder, Sam tells Corey what happened. Supportive but incredulous, he suggests asking Audrey, the chunky school nurse.
Why?
She informs them that Judith and Anna are gone. Could this be true? Or is
This
this
be?
another example of R.L. Stine being bad?
I just want to interject real quick. Did anyone realize that this is like almost the exact same thing
R.L.
from
the Arrested Development joke? Yes.
Yeah, the literal doctor.
Yup. Sure is.
How's my son?
He's going to be all right.
Oh,
Thank God.
finally, some good news
There's
from
no
this
other way
guy.
to take that.
That's a great attitude. I gotta tell you, if I was getting this news, I don't know that I'd take it this well.
But you said he was all right.
Yes, he's lost his left hand, so he's going to be all right.
You son of a bitch! I hate this doctor!
He's a very literal man.
We lost him. He just got away from us. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They're gone. ... End of chapter. Next chapter. Audrey lets the moment rest before revealing that Judith and Anne are gone for a week. It's good to teach kids the value of a dramatic pause.
It is. Yes.
Judith and Anna's parents think they have the flu, but Sam knows it's her wish. She fears they will only get weaker until they eventually die. Determined not to have the 2 deaths on her hands, Sam seeks to undo her wish. But where will she find a weird lady? Chapter 14. This is a long chapter. In a classic I need to fill time chapter, Sam takes a vocab test.
Nice.
Sam is distracted during said test. Wishes, G's. Sam determines that Clarissa probably hangs out in Jeffers Woods, which seems as likely as anything. But wait, she has an orthodontist appointment!
Riveting.
Mom suggests she may only need a retainer. This is a classic parent lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Okay, kids at home, if you've ever been told by a parent that maybe you'll only need a retainer, they are fucking lying to you. You're getting braces. You're getting them. Sorry, it's happening.
The orthodontist will make sure that you get them, even if your teeth are perfect. They fucked my teeth up.
Yeah.
Whoops, she needs 6 months of braces. This, too, is a lie. It will be longer than 6 months, but
Always
'twas
is.
ever thus. But 'twas ever thus, at dinner. Again, so this whole time, we were going to go find the one in the woods and fix this wish. We didn't do any of that. We did a vocab test, and we went to the orthodontist. Fucking Jesus.
We experienced a pause pregnant with bullshit. We've got the
experienced-
whole experience.
Fucking time, lost time. At dinner, Sam calls Judith, who is probably dying, and asks definitely seriously if Sam put a spell on her. Also, the entire basketball team is absent for a week, and no one seems to care. It beggars belief.
It beggars belief.
They would shut down the school if this many kids got sick.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
put it out there. They literally, they do this. This is a thing that happens. Like, if a bunch of kids get the flu, they shut down the school. The fact that no one thinks it's weird is, anyway, chapter 15. Wow, man, wow. So many chapters where nothing happened. I thought we'd only done one chapter. Judith may or may not be serious about the spell bit, but Sam was offended by the accusation despite it actually being correct. Which I love. Like, if you need to know if Sam was like a good protagonist, no, she sucks. She's like super indignant that Judith would accuse her of doing something to the team, despite the fact that she did something to the team. Like,
How dare you be correct? I mean, that's a pretty middle school feeling.
well, it's a very accurate person thing. Corey bails on going looking for a witch, which is his loss, really. Sam heads to the woods and finds Clarissa, but she won't respond to her. Why? Cliffhanger, I guess.
A pause pregnant with bullshit.
Another one.
Another one of those.
So many.
A very long chapter. Wow, it was a totally different woman.
Whoa.
Whoa!
There can only be one.
Are you telling me that you have a different face on the back of your head versus the one on the front of your head?
As evidenced by literally everything about her, including the way she is dressed, the color of her hair, and her having children.
This is such a bullshit thing that Stein keeps doing.
Yup. Embarrassed, Sam goes to the street where she was going to go with Clarissa. Not finding her, she goes to visit Judith instead. Judith fervently accuses her of witchcraft because they learned about it in social studies. Sounds like a pretty great class to me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Fleeing this awkward moment, Sam wishes Judith would disappear, and wouldn't you know who is just walking by? Alright, I think this is the last of my chapters. I think. I could be wrong. That old R.L. Stine drama, I can't even read what I just wrote. Oh, sorry, I got it. Wish complete. The witch just bails. Sam plays ping pong. She's good at it, but her heart isn't in it. She feels bad about the wish. So she tells Ron about the wish. He mocks her. In a thrilling scene, Sam tries out new hairstyles. Sam calls Judith again. The phone rings.
I think you missed some stuff. I think maybe...
What did I miss?
I think a chapter was skipped. Did you cover the wish that was that she would disappear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she says, I wish Judith would disappear, and the lady is just standing there.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that was covered.
No, I got it.
Okay.
The witch just happened to be present when she made the wish.
Was she...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for that part, was she in the house or was
No, she was on the street. She was walking
She was
on
the street. Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
she just ran... Okay, yeah, it's... For some reason, I thought that she was in Judith's house. And so the fucking Clarissa would just appear behind her in another person's house. I thought that was great.
And also to be clear, like when I say that she just says the wish and then the witch bails, that's literally what happens.
Yes.
She says the wish. Clarissa's like, okay, I'm on it, and then is gone.
Fuck. Oh my God. The effort is just, wow, so on display in this.
And if it sounds like I was rushing those chapters, I mean, like, I read 9 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking nothing happened in them.
Nothing. And then something happens in mine, but it flashes and bursts. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Just fucking bang at the app. Let's do it.
Fucking do it. Let's bang. Chapter 18. Oh, that's right. Back in the 90s, people didn't have their phones on them all the time, so it took a little while for people to get their home phone, and it was perfectly normal to just wait a bit and have a little bit of patience. Hello, says...
Remember that?
Yeah, crazy. Hello, says Judith, causing Sam to panic slam the phone into its cradle. Judith didn't disappear, Sam thinks to herself. And her bitch voice is back to normal. Mission accomplished. Time for a nap. Waking up the next morning, Sam realizes she's late for school. Looking to blame her mother for this unforgivable crime, Sam runs through her house to find that nobody's there. Her mom and dad are missing. I guess everyone disappeared. She skips breakfast, which will become important later. Sam then checks on her brother, who is also gone. I guess everyone disappeared. Heading out to the front door, Sam notices that her dad's car is still in the garage, which is spooky enough to end a chapter on, apparently. I guess everyone disappeared. Chapter 19. Sam tries calling her dad's office but gets sent to voicemail. In the most relatable moment of this book, Sam realizes that she'll need a late excuse note for school, but she can't find anybody to write one. I guess everyone disappeared. No, that can't be. It's not like it's been established that making a wish causes that wish to be purposefully misinterpreted in the most Google Voice Assistant way possible. Sam guesses that her entire family went out for breakfast or something and races to school, which she finds completely empty. I guess everyone disappeared. No, just because there were no bikes or cars outside the school, that the hallways are entirely empty, that does not mean that everyone's gone. Surely her classroom is full of kids ready to start the school day. So Sam practices blaming her mother for being late and opens the door to her class. Empty. I guess everyone No, they're in the auditorium. They must be there. Sam jogs through the empty hallways, notices the empty teacher's lounge, and finally finds an empty auditorium. Wait, what about the janitor's room?
Yeah.
Empty. Shit. As Sam bikes home, she notices that the entire town is completely devoid of human life. No cars on the street, no people in stores. I guess everyone disappeared.
I made my family disappear.
In fairness to Sam, if I had made a wish that a person disappeared, I would not immediately assume that my very specific wish would be interpreted this generally. Like,
Yeah, it's really, really obvious that this is just a malicious misinterpretation of what she was trying to do.
I mean, you're gonna get to it, but like the explanation makes no fucking sense.
No, it's fucking insane. Chapter 20, confirming that a better title for this book would be Careful Who You Wish From.
Yep.
Sam realizes she's been had. When she wished for Judith to disappear, Clarissa made everyone disappear along with her, which I feel we can all agree is massive bullshit.
Yes.
Would have been better if Judith was invisible now and used her new powers to harass Sam even harder, but I digress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a much better interpretation.
Yeah, it's just the most deliberate, nasty misinterpretation possible, where you would be like, no, I'm not going to wish for anything from you. Fuck off.
Explain this, Clarissa. Explain this.
Sam is hungry because she skipped breakfast. See? I told you it would be important later. So she starts screaming, I'm starving! into the completely vacant town in a vain attempt to get someone to respond. Nope. I guess everyone disappeared. Pages upon pages of this book dedicated to proving that everyone has disappeared.
Yep.
Sam gets home and gobbles down a peanut butter sandwich. How am I going to feed myself? She thinks to herself out loud immediately after feeding herself.
There's a lot of peanut butter in the world, kid. Like, it's not gonna go bad either. It's peanut butter. Like,
Quote, what do I do when food runs out? Do I rob the grocery store? Do I just take the food that I need?
yes!
Yes, on all counts, Sam.
Yeah. I can't steal from nobody.
Wait, Sam continues. If my fundamental needs aren't being met even when the world is populated, isn't that a failure of capitalism? Why is it more ethical to sell food for inflated prices than it is to take food I need to survive? Wow, Sam, if only you could see our stores in 2023 locking baby food behind glass.
And yet she participates in society.
How curious. Anyway, Sam's still on her Judith made me do it bullshit, so she just screams, I hate you, Judith, into her empty house. But wait, footsteps. I guess everyone hasn't disappeared?
I would like to note that I do think Sam's, like, profound and, like, eternal hatred for Judith is sort of funny. Like it's sort of an interesting character trait that, like, our protagonist just hates this woman so fucking much.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a lesson here about the cycle of bullying. Or, I don't know, R.L. Stine just needed something to write about. I don't know. But, like, R.L. Stine's like, fuck it.
Nah, fuck it.
It is funny when this child is constantly like, I'm going to kill that bitch.
Literally, to the point where she physically assaults her at a certain point.
Yeah. Listen, kids, don't be a bully, or, spoilers, everything will work out great for you.
Yeah, I actually come to a very, very similar conclusion. Chapter 21, it's Clarissa, and she's here to explain it all. Thank you, Brandon, for taking my fucking joke.
Yeah, you can't blame me. Everyone thought it.
We all thought it.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is one that you almost got, but I got it, and you were so close. Anyway, You made the wish. I granted it, she says, but Sam fires back immediately. I didn't wish for my family to disappear. I didn't wish for everyone in the world to disappear. You did that. You. Get her with that unassailable logic, Sam. Magic is often predictable, says Clarissa in full-throated bullshit cop-out. I figured you would not be happy with your last wish. That is why I have returned. You have one more wish. Sam quickly moves to reset everything the way that it was, but gets interrupted by Clarissa. Be careful, she says. You know what you wish for. Sam realizes she's right. It is the title of the book, after all. Sam calms down and gets rudely interrupted by an end-of-chapter cliffhanger. Wow.
I would like to note that Clarissa says, as to why she made every human being on the planet Earth disappear, it was the, quote, the only way she could think of to grant the wish for... The only way! There was no other conceivable way, in my mind, as Clarissa, to deal with this problem than to wipe the human race from existence.
You know,
Do we know if Clarissa is like English as a first language? Or...
like,
I mean, She could also be, I mean, like, she could also be an ancient crone who has been using magic to make herself look better, and her brain is just getting, maybe she's like 3,000% dementia, and she really can't interpret
It's
what's
like,
happening.
okay, all right,
calcified.
Clarissa, let me hit with this one. You shrink Judith down to a microscopic level, therefore she can't be seen. You make Judith invisible. You get rid of Judith entirely. You transport Judith to space.
Yeah, shunt her out into space.
You kill Judith. Like this. There's 5 options.
You don't even need
There's
a wish
5
for this.
options.
You don't even need a wish. Clarissa, just get a knife and kill her.
You cannot be serious right now. Like the best that you could think of was everyone goes away. Got it.
The only
This-
interpretation.
Got it.
No
this
other
is
way.
what you wanted, right?
This
what
is
you
the
needed?
only way.
I can't think of anything better.
I do like the idea that the witch is like actually well-meaning, but her brain is just broken. So
She's just like
she's like the
sitting there-
clumsy wish giver.
I mean, certainly her actions would insinuate that because she
Also-
keeps coming back like a fucking Amazon delivery, like a fucking Amazon
Yes.
like person. Like, oh, do you want a refund? We can give you a refund. Do you want a refund on that wish? I can totally rewind that wish. Which, by
she's
the
like,
way,
I knew you wouldn't be happy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
then why did you do it, Clarissa? Like,
yeah,
the best
for real.
scene, the best possible scene of this book would be Sam sits down with Clarissa and she's like, listen, okay, I'm not going to actually wish for the purposes of everything. We're going to have a conversation. I want you to tell me how you interpret this wish and how to make it happen. And she's just like, okay, sure. And then they sit down. She's like, okay, I wish that I could run faster. I would turn you into a hedgehog. Okay. Because relative to your body size, you would move very quickly. Okay, I wish that you exploded and died forever. I would make everyone else explode and die forever because it's like basically the same thing.
I wish I could have a puppy. Your parents are dead. Why?
What? That had nothing to do with my wish.
I wish. Okay, how about this one? I wish I had a ham sandwich. Adolf Hitler is back and he's president.
It's like she's showing a psychiatrist is showing the witch ink blots. And she's like, I kill you with a lightning bolt. I kill you with a lightning bolt. I kill you with a lightning bolt.
I wish that I had $1 million. Everyone is bears. Everyone is bears now.
I wish that I didn't get hit with a lightning bolt. You get hit with a lightning bolt.
You get hit with a car before the lightning can strike you. You get hit with a car and get launched away.
Get hit with a bus.
No, you get hit with a bus with a giant lightning bolt on it.
Swallowed wrong. I'm dying.
She's like, why was there a lightning bolt on it? Were you trying to be cute? No, it was just on my mind.
I got a one-track mind. I'm sorry. Chapter 22. All right, Sam, don't fuck this up. Here's my wish. I wish for everything to return to normal. I want everything to be exactly the way it was. Great job, Sam. Just hit the reset button on this whole mess and move on with your life. Wait, why does this book have 4 more chapters? But, says Sam, making me scream internally, but I want Judith to think that I'm the greatest person who ever lived. Great.
Why?
You don't even have to have any bullshit interpretation associated with that wish. It's just terrible in its own right.
Yeah.
Clarissa grants this third wish and notifies Sam time will rewind to this morning because we got to start wrapping this shit up. Did anyone want to say anything to that?
Why? I mean, just why?
Please.
This is like the
Why?
worst wish that a person has ever made. And like Sam, you had one job. You had one job, and you were so close to completing it.
So close. So close.
Maybe she should have been wishing for things like, I wish that I was tortured horribly and
Yeah.
murdered and only the worst bad things happened to me, and the wish would have to like be like
I also
gotta
just looked around my
misinterpret
bookshelf.
this.
Yeah, and
That's
then
on
it's
my
like,
bookshelf.
oh yeah,
I have
you're,
a copy of this book.
you're tortured with a wonderful life. Oh, it's so torturous. Oh, I can't believe that everything's going great for me in my life. Oh no. Yes.
I wish that my life was
Take it.
perfect. I wish my life was perfect. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm thinking about it. You have herpes. You have herpes now. Why? Why is that?
I mean, I guess it's really be careful what you wish for. Like Bob said, it's be careful from whom you wish. It's they're interpreting what you want. There's like all kinds of stuff that happen. If they're changing reality to bend it to your wishes, first of all, if they're capable of doing it, their brain probably doesn't work the same way yours does.
Nope.
And second of all, they can misinterpret stuff. That's like asking people. I ask for a sandwich, at a sandwich shop, and they give me the wrong thing. Like
True.
That's not that hard to imagine.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 20 options.
I
and
just
they can
think
still screw it up.
I think it's funny because it's like Clarissa is not the Wishmaster, right? She's not like evil, deliberately twisting a wish to make someone miserable. She's just like immensely bad at this. She's just terrible at wish granting. Like her brain is broken. Like
And she keeps coming back like, hey, did you like your wish? You probably didn't like it.
No. She comes back and is like, you probably didn't like that wish, did you?
And I want to note for future reference that she's saying that she's rewinding the wish.
Yeah.
So she still has she can make like as many wishes as she wants. It will always rewind back to the initial first wish. So it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. They play it up for a drama later on, but it's like if you keep rewinding to the first wish, you still have 3 wishes. Anyway.
Yeah.
I do
two,
like the
technically,
idea. I do like the idea that the witch is just like actually bad at doing her job,
Yeah.
and that she's well-meaning. Like that would be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, totally.
If they would stick with it, and that would be the point. But like she's a clumsy witch, and they both bond over that, or I don't know. I'm not rewriting this bad book. This book barely has anything in it.
I wish you knew how to grant wishes better.
Well, I learned to make them worse.
Now everyone is ducks.
Oh, no.
I don't know how to tell you this, but everyone's ducks. The thing is, ducks only want bread, so I'm really good at that. I'm good at bread. I'm very good at bread. If you want bread, I can give you that, and only sometimes will you get bladder cancer.
Only sometime. Sam's mom wakes her up from school. I guess everyone reappeared? Yep, everything's back to normal. Sam runs around her house, hugging everyone, being grateful they're alive and wishing them Merry Christmas. As Sam makes it to school, she says hi to Judith, who takes off
To
her...
Jewish.
To Jewish. Them. I need to take a sip of water. Hold on. My mouth is getting all weird. As Sam makes it to school, she says hi to Judith. Now I want to say Jewish. As Sam makes it to school, she says hi to Judith, who takes off her ski cap to reveal another end of chapter cliffhanger. Wow, these are super bad in this book.
They're really bad.
Chapter 23. Turns out Judith got her hair cut exactly like Sam's. Cringe. Then she offers to carry Sam's backpack for her. Mega cringe. The rest of this chapter is just Judith copying everything about Sam's existence so she can be more like her. Judith wants Sam to help her with her foul shots, wants to wear the same clothes from The Gap, trademark, wants to wear the same Doc Martens, trademark, etc. That's it. That's the chapter. Chapter 24. Turns out Sam's wish to turn Judith into a stalker wasn't such a good one. Who knew? Now, Judith is following Sam everywhere and copying everything about her, right down to getting braces, because Sam's getting them soon. I guess a kid in the 90s could just go into a dentist's office and demand braces right then and there.
An orthodontist is going to be like, a kid walks in and is like, I would like to get braces. The orthodontist is going to be like, yeah, I got you, fam. Don't worry. I can do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. In retrospect, it's probably more of like a hands clapping and rubbing them together, like
Oh!
salaciously, like, oh, you
Yeah.
want braces, huh?
Don't worry. I'll put some. Oh, you got. You'll get braces. But first, here's a year of the worst things being put in your mouth possible. Like, who wants a spacer?
Ugh, God, I fucking hate that thing. I think I've already talked about it. I won't.
We have
into it
definitely
again.
talked about getting Sour Patch Kids stuck inside of your disgusting mouth equipment. Yeah.
The best part is when you bite into a sandwich and it's like you get 3 layers of laminated sandwich on your teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good shit. Oh, hey, basketball time. I love sport. Turns out Sam and Judith have a big game tonight, and as soon as the team gets together, Judith nominates Sam to be team captain. Lol, cries Anna, Judith's former friend who has taken a back seat to Sam's psychopathic wish. Fuck you say? Screams Judith, and the two get into a shouting match, which is only ended when Ellen pulls them apart. They decided to figure out who's Ceam Taptain? What am I... My brain is turning into Clarissa's. Ah!
Hey, Bob, can you grant me a wish?
Yeah, sure.
I wish that all people were ducks and my shoes were made of feet.
Lightning bolt.
I was going to say mole penis and leave no further questions.
Yes. They decide to figure out who's team captain later, and the game starts, then immediately goes to shit because Judith is now just Sam's mimic tier and fucks up exactly everything Sam fucks up.
Got it.
Exactly everything Sam fucks up. Nailed it. The game goes so poorly that after making one particularly impressive basket where the ball didn't even hit the hoop, a girl from the opposing team stares directly in Sam's eyes and says, "Be careful what you swish for." No, I didn't come up with that line days ago, and I haven't been desperately trying to force it into this recap. Why do you ask?
Well, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
That is a better title for this book.
The best part of the book is, bad wish.
That's a
No,
really good
bad wish.
Ooh, bad wishy.
Dumb witch.
Dumb wish. Dumb witch.
Dumb witch.
Dumb witch.
I want to write a Goosebumps book called Dumb Witch. Oh my god. That's so good. It's so accurate. It cuts through so much bullshit. It really is just Dumb Witch.
Dumb witch.
The dumb witch horror.
Fuck, that's so good. Anna accuses Judith of being a dumbass on purpose. "Why are you copying that clumsy ox?" says Anna, abandoning the bird-based name-calling we've known up until now. God damn it, dumb witch. I actually have tears in my eyes. Judith starts beating the shit out of Anna, causing both of them as well as Sam to get benched. They lose the game, and Judith asks Sam to study algebra together after dinner. Sam says she can't because she has to visit her dying aunt or something. When she arrives home late, Sam tries to get some sleep, but oh fuck, there's someone in her closet. I wonder if it's someone who has exhibited obsessive behavior in the past couple of hours. Chapter 25. Whoa, it's Judith. And I'm just going to assume she's wearing a child-sized ghillie suit. Sam and Judith start shouting at each other about how Sam promised to help Judith study, which attracts the attention of father figure, who tells Sam it's rude to call people late at night. "No, you shut the fuck up, Dad," says Sam, turning her attention back to Judith, who is now fawning over everything in the room, which I assume is covered in trolls, Polly Pockets, Beanie Babies, Furbies, and Gigapets. Sam isn't cool enough to have Tamagotchis.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sam shoves Judith out the door and she falls asleep. The next day, Judith meets Sam at her house so they can walk to school together, giving Sam a full-on flight response as she just ups and sprints away. She makes it a good distance away before eating shit on a tree root, only to see Judith standing over her. Chapter 26. Wait, it's not.
Thank God.
Wait, it's not a young teenage girl standing over her. It's a decrepit old woman. Forget the braces. Sam needs glasses. Clarissa offers Sam another wish because she is unhappy, which kind of ruins the whole 3 wishes thing, but whatever. I wish I'd never met you, says Sam. Hey, actually, that should work. As long as Sam doesn't, tack anything else onto this wish, she should be fine. Mm-hmm. I wish Judith had met you instead of me. Sam.
Why would you say this? What part of your brain doesn't work this bad that you would say this? Ever. All of your wishes have made Judith's life so bad. And your thought is, I should let the person who hates me more than anyone else in the world have a complete control of the universe.
It's so...
Give me the ability to grant wishes.
Yes, please. I'll actually do it right.
Yeah.
Except that you would turn her into a genie in a bottle.
Probably,
oh, true.
Yes. Yeah.
But you would be Robin Williams.
That's true.
Yeah. A little column A.
A little column B.
Try more of column B.
The last thing I thought we were gonna do today is sing Aladdin songs. I wish Judith had met you instead of me, says Sam, fucking herself over for the millionth time. As Sam hides in the bushes, Judith and Clarissa start chatting, and Sam thinks she hears Judith say, "Bird, why don't you fly away?" Which I guess she saw Sam in the bushes hiding. Whatever. Sam is beside herself with happiness. She's so happy that she eats a worm and flies off into the distance because she is a bird now, teaching kids that, hey, maybe you should relentlessly bully someone in your school so they hate you enough to turn you into a cool animal. The end.
She was a better bird than she was a person.
That's true. That's true. This book is bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's exceptionally bad. You know, one of the funniest things I noticed about the wiki that shall not be named is that
I know what you're going for.
Yeah. In the trivia section, there is the first piece of trivia, which this isn't. How is this trivia? I don't understand how this is trivia.
It's not, but
It says Troy Steele rated this as the best Goosebumps book and praised it highly.
I'm just
which
gonna
is
say this
something
right now.
Troy rarely does with Goosebumps books.
I don't know who Troy Steele is. I don't know who he is. I'm gonna Google him right now in case he follows me on Twitter or something. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Prepared
this.
to be unfollowed.
I'm gonna say this right now. That man's a fucking idiot. That man doesn't know what good is at all. What is wrong with you?
Okay, so this is Blogger Beware was a blog run by Troy Steele that reviewed Goosebumps books. The blog contained reviews for all original Goosebumps books, the Tales to Give You Goosebumps books, and the Goosebumps Series 2000 books. So before we dunk too hard on this man's terrible taste, we should recognize a fellow, a cohort in this area.
True.
Well, he did a lot of work. However, he is patently wrong as a person could ever be.
I guess it's really interesting that his opinion could be so bad and wrong. I wonder what maybe he's like, he recognized the witch. He's like, she also gets it all wrong. I identify.
I identify with this witch and her fucked up brain. Want to know what Steele's number 8 book on their top 10 list?
I'm looking at it, but go ahead and tell us.
Yes.
Welcome to Camp Nightmare.
Woo!
How the fuck? And rated Welcome to Camp Nightmare above Stay Out of the Basement. Stay out of the basement.
Okay,
The Haunted
so here,
Mask isn't even on the top 10.
I am livid. I am livid.
So here's a question. So when it comes to taste, there are people, miserable people, who can recognize, who can't recognize what's good, but can recognize what's bad, and the inverse. Some people can recognize if something's good, but they're not capable of recognizing if something is bad.
Yeah.
This person might be the first and is definitely not the second. So let's briefly look at his 10 worst books of the Goosebumps series and see if he is that. I haven't read any of these, so I don't know. For the listener, because you'll definitely want to know, his 10 worst books are Chicken and Chicken and Monster Blood 4 is the worst.
I can believe the fourth Monster Blood is bad. I can believe that.
That's the most believable thing on this list.
Yeah.
Legend of the Lost Legend, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, A Shocker on Chalk Street, Egg Monsters from Mars, The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena, Deep Trouble 2, Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, Say Cheese and Die Again, and My Best Friend is Invisible. And the 10 best books rated from best to 10th best is Be Careful What You Wish For, Ghost Camp, Werewolf Skin, You Can't Scare Me, The Haunted School, The Headless Ghost, The Ghost Next Door, Welcome to Camp Nightmare, Stay Out of the Basement, and How I Learned to Fly. Because if I was listening to this, I would definitely want to know what those were. You'll have to stay tuned to hear us review most of those with our good big boy brains.
I'd like to jump down here where when asked how he felt about Blogger Beware on Reddit, R.L. Stine had this to say: "They sure are critical, aren't they? Cringe, cringe." After being presented with Stine's comment, Steele says, Cringing at how critical I am of his life's work is hardly a diss. Considering the circumstances, it was about as classy a response as one could hope for.
Oh, let's hope he never listens to this podcast.
Wow, you just took that L, huh?
Just got hit with that one. Fucking Arlstein called you cringe, man.
Ooh.
That
No.
sucks. That sucks.
Oh man, if R.L. Stein called me cringe, I don't know what I would do.
I would hope Arlstein has harsher words for us.
Yeah.
I want
Just the-
profanity from Arlstein.
Just the casualness of the dismissal, a cringe. And not even cringe. Cringe.
I hope that Mr. Stein does not have the ability to get on a computer and listen to this podcast, because he would be
I
like,
think that
they sure talk
would-
about cum a lot.
I think, I think he wouldn't get through that one.
If that's the worst thing you could say about this podcast, I am all for it. Like, that is absolutely cool. As long as you don't call us cringe, please don't call us cringe.
Please don't make fun of how fat
Please
we
don't call
are.
us cringe.
Oh my God. R.L.
Yeah.
Stein telling me how fucking fat I am.
Yeah, don't fat shame me, Carl Stein.
Carl
Stein.
That's
C
his alter
period,
ego.
A period, R period, L period.
Notorious CARL.
That's good shit. Oh my God. RL was like, here, hold this L. And then, yeah, now he's just R Stein. Nailed it. Anyway. All right. So I guess we can move on to the, also, I just wanted to say that Steele also rated You Can't Scare Me number 4 of his favorite books. So I don't know. Maybe we'll be
That could
proven.
mean anything.
Yeah, maybe we'll be proven wrong. I don't know. Watch us agree with him at the end of this. Anyway, already don't. Because are you seriously gonna make a top 10? Are you seriously gonna make a top 10 list?
In my house? You're
and
gonna
you're
come
not
in my
putting
house?
fucking haunted mask on that shit? Are you fucking kidding me?
I can't believe that.
Fucking absurd. Also, Let's Get Invisible. Really fucking good. Not sure
Yeah,
why.
honestly, it could be. I mean, like, we've read several in recent memory that are actually good. I mean, I don't know.
It's possible that he just has extremely weird reasoning.
Yeah, he did say that. The thing that you just said was that this guy was super critical, which I don't know what that. I don't know what they mean by that. I don't know if he was like doing it like really maliciously.
Well, I mean, in their commentary on the Wikipedia thing about Be Careful What You Wish For, it did say he was rarely positive about Goosebumps books.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
or he praised the book, a thing he rarely did. Like,
I'm going to take just a little brief peek at the review for this book,
sure.
which does exist. It's archive.org. Archive.org, saving the world, doing God's work, really, by preserving culture.
His logo is cool. I wish that logo's neat.
Agree. Although it does look like the pencil is shooting out of the mom's butt.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, this is like a TV tropes. This is nothing.
This is very TV trope.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh no.
oh no, this is
But
terrible.
the platonic boy-girl relationship, questionable parenting, questionable teaching, early 90s cultural references. R.L. Stein shows how he's down with the kids.
Okay, so
Foreshadowing alert.
the only part of this that is like a review is a couple of sentences. The last 30 pages or so of this early book in the series are so unflinchingly cruel and genuinely funny that it reminds me why these titles got so popular so quickly. The novel still afflicted with a lot of the problems that these books suffer from, but regardless, this is definitely a higher tier Goosebumps entry. This has got that like that. This review is posted in January of 2006, and it has the feeling of like an X-Play review, like where people just didn't know how to review media at all, and they would do like 2 or 3 sentences of actual review, and the rest of it would be just
Summary.
descriptions, like
This
pithy
is all a
descriptions
lot of
what
summary.
happened. Yeah. This is not even. I would not call this a review.
I would call it bad. Hey, I would say your website is bad.
Good logo though.
Yeah, the logo's
Cool.
good.
Cool logo.
I'm reading the one on the haunted mask, and it really is just fucking. It is just a recap. This is so fucking. God damn it! It's not even cinema Cincy.
This is like but paragraphs of recaps. He recaps
Yeah,
the
yeah,
entire
this is
fucking
way
book
longer.
in this.
This is straight up like those how what do they call it? The YouTube videos where it's like ending explained, where it's just like they just recap the fucking movies.
Yeah, it's got
Also,
like
he's trying to force like the TV tropes thing with the platonic boy-girl relationship. Like, not every Goosebumps book has that. Just leave that off. Like,
the conclusion is 2 sentences, and the first one is not quite as scary as if she'd gone with the gorilla mask.
Yep.
What? No. All right. Enough dunking on this this relic of
no wait. I want to get one more in here. All right, you ready for this one? Under Haunted Mask, under questionable parenting, he writes, though it is never said directly, we the reader can ascertain that Miss Caldwell, being a quote unquote art mother, smokes copious amounts of marijuana. Ha!
You could tell. She would have smoked the wacky weed.
This lady does art. She must be on a drug.
If she did smoke marijuana, she'd have a hell of a trip.
This is so fucking. Oh my god. You know what? There's one word for that. Cringe.
Cringe.
I agree, RL. This is pretty cringe.
These aren't even reviews. I don't know how Mr. Stein would have been able to even say this is just a summary of the thing I wrote.
I think that's probably why he said cringe, because it's just like, what the fuck is this? You're just recapping the books so that you're stealing my fucking money.
He said Hulk's face, cringe.
All right. Did we want to move on to the TV show?
Let's
Yes.
do.
All right. So yeah, TV show actually has a couple things that are like slightly better. Did we want to do like a traditional like recap of the whole thing, or do we want to?
My recap is pretty short of this, to
Okay.
be honest. So we begin mid-basketball.
Yes.
I'd like to note the funny thing that happens here where Judith moves the ball around her body for some reason.
Yes.
For some reason.
For some reason, Mario, it's because it's so cool.
The teacher's like, stop showboating.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's because we've started in b-balling res. We have to have a cool sick trick.
She definitely, I mean, the slowly moving the ball around your entire waist is for sure sick.
Oh yeah.
Sam is just fucking terrible, as we know. Someone says, have a nice trip, bird, which isn't even a bird joke. That's just like, not, okay. Mortal Kombat music plays during all basketball scenes. I'd like to note that right now.
Yes. Also, I want to really quickly get out of the way. The music that starts this episode is fucking incredible. I love it. It's amazing.
It's all orc hits, yeah.
It's so good.
More time, Anna. Go for it, Sam. Hey, Corey.
It's great. It's great. Corey is here, and he is not tall, and he also looks like a small Pete Davidson. Look at his face. He looks like Pete Davidson. We get our first Why Don't You Fly Away, Bird. Sam finds a pendant in the gym.
Yes.
It's just on the floor.
It's just on the
thought
ground.
this would be... So it's not a crystal ball in this, it's a pendant. And I thought it was going to be important, and its importance is unclear, I'll be honest with you. The thing the pendant is doing in this episode, I don't know if they knew what they... I don't know.
It's glowing.
Some random kids in the room during this practice steal the ball, which you would think could be a problem, but no one seems to care. They throw it away from Sam, and it lands in some ropes, and then Sam proceeds to die, attempting to retrieve it in a very dumb way.
She gets her foot caught in one of those, what do you call them, like the Olympic rings.
Ring grips.
Which is like a more effort than you'd expect for them to give a child physical peril.
It is like a thing where you could actually hurt yourself if she didn't fall and land on a cushioned mat, but, you know, let's see here. Bird girl cleared for takeoff, someone says. And then, Judith is like, I thought she'd really do it. And Anna goes, what? And Judith says, fly away! Yeah, we got it. That was, yep, got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sam at lunch jokes about strangling Judith. She does not, in fact, do it. That we get the scene where she, just, like, drops food out of her mouth like a crazy person.
Good on them for doing that, too. Yeah, because, like, it is. It's, like...
It is gross.
Even the description in the book doesn't
justice.
like get across how disgusting it is if a person did that.
And then someone says, nice lip control.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Okay.
These kids, someone needs to teach these kids how to do an insult.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam bumps into somebody and drops silverware everywhere. The entire cafeteria laughs. This scene should have been later in the episode. Anything to add at this point? I don't want to skip over the things you want to talk about, Bob.
Only thing I'll say is that immediately after the whole the cafeteria laughs at her, it crossfades to Bobby, the new addition in the show, who is the best character in this entire thing. Bobby is a small child who is riding a small little tricycle with some badass headphones on. And they are just fucking cool. And he's a named character. They call Sam calls
Thank you
him
for pointing this out
Bobby.
because I didn't even realize this until this moment, that this was who Bobby was. Bobby feels like a Simpsons joke. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
like he feels like a very Galaxy Brain joke for Goosebumps. Like, to have this character in the background of one scene. Like,
a named character, just
I'm the
not in
butcher.
the book. Oh,
I'm
man.
the butcher. A weird lady appears following some bird sounds. Sam bumps into her, making her drop her eggs.
Her eggs. She has eggs in her purse
eggs
and feathers.
Scatter.
What? What?
She's a bird. She's a
Cough was
bird.
good.
Caw-caw!
Yeah, so her purse is just full of eggs. Who knows why? And the pendant belongs to her.
Mm-hmm.
She lost it.
She says,
somehow.
that shiny object belongs in my nest.
She does, and then she's like, "Isn't it funny how lost objects end up in the strangest places?"
I know that, Mario, you feel the same way, but I'll just say it right now. Clarissa's actor, fucking phenomenal. I love her.
Yeah, she rules. She rules.
She's
Yeah.
so cool. She does this character so well. It's so good. She is so good.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help me with something else. Can you tell me how to get to Moss Avenue?
Moss Avenue. Oh, that's way across town.
Oh, how could that have happened? How could I be so far out of my way?
That happens to me all the time.
It's kind of you to say so, but I don't believe it.
Oh, no, really. It's true.
Would you mind taking me there?
Gee, I have to get home.
Please. I'd be so grateful.
Making strong choices, looking good, being iconic, by far the best part of reading and watching.
This actress is named Ellen Ray Hennessy.
What else was she in?
She's mostly a voice actress.
She's in Over the Garden Wall.
No, she's not.
Oh.
I thought you said that she was maybe I've missed.
Nope. That you have conflated two events. Frasier's wife is in Over the Garden Wall.
Alas.
And you said, "Wow, that's cool," and then several minutes later we watched Goosebumps. But
Understandable
she's in-
mistake.
She's in My Little Pony, Hotel Transylvania,
the series.
Acorns Operation Crackdown with a period between each of the letters of Acorns, whatever that is. She's Dr. Sumac and Arthur.
Cool.
She's in Cyber Chase. She's in Mr. Meaty. She's in Spider Riders. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's like a professional voice actor for kids media, so I
it
don't
looks like-
recognize
yeah, it
nearly,
looks like she's-
nearly any of this.
Plays like a lot of minor characters. She's Babar's mom in Babar.
She's the mayor in The Dumb Bunnies.
She was on Franklin. She was on the Neverending Story show. She's in the anime movie Memories.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa,
she plays the mom in the Cannon Fodder segment.
Oh, she's in X-Men, the animated series from the 90s.
She
She's
plays
Carmela Unascioni.
Ines. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
She's in the Care Bears, the Garbage Pail Kids, Alf. She's in Alf.
There you go. Highlight
So
of the
she's
career.
just one of those generous ladies who's in a lot of kids media.
She's
And
cool.
she
I
does,
like her.
and she's great in this.
She's also in Kageki Shoujo. So occasionally she shows up in anime.
Yeah, the fact that she's in Memories is huge. Memories is amazing if you haven't seen it. The anime.
Memories is great.
Yeah.
Memories is great. It's a great movie. Yeah, so it looks like she kind of gets around doing voice work. I can see that. She has good voice acting. She has good delivery.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to real quick. We're going back to the show, but there's a close up shot. Like if you were curious about what those white round objects that fell out of her purse were before, or you didn't see them, there is a close up of the medallion in the purse
With eggs in it.
surrounded by the eggs.
Oh yeah,
So-
they show the eggs multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Why?
She's a bird.
She's a bird, I guess. I mean,
She's Sam from the future.
I think she's a crow.
Oh, cyclical, yeah.
They when she's around, they play crow sounds. I think she's meant to be a crow. I don't know why. I don't know why, but
I don't. Why?
I wish
I don't know.
Clarissa would explain this all.
Yeah.
Anyway, this lady is wonderful.
Crowissa.
She's still lost. She makes Sam take her to the place, which in this episode is the ruins of a cathedral. I don't know
What the fuck?
like the place they go is has Roman columns that are destroyed and statues of angels.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Moss Avenue. Yeah.
very strange.
Honestly, reminds me of the TV show. I think it's actually the same location as the first episode that we did. The haunted house, or what was it fucking called?
Welcome to Dead House?
Welcome to Dead House. So for the TV show version, I recognize a lot of this.
I guess it could be.
The sort of the skyscape, yeah, or the buildings.
Well, it's also snowing in this shot.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a part where they're both talking, and it's doing shot reverse shot, and whenever it does reverse shot,
yeah,
you can see snow on the screen.
And they're both
welcome
saying
to Canada.
sorry, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
I think
Sam
that-
says sorry a lot.
Yeah, I think there was a real big. I think it was it? I think it was Judith who did a real big sorry toward the end. But yeah, no, yeah, you can see their breath too. Yeah. Damn, they were freezing their butts off.
Oh yeah, I bet. Wish granting occurs, and Clarissa gives Sam the pendant. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's unclear. She wishes the same thing, that she was the best player on the team. We go cut to basketball. Basketball that MP3 is playing, and everyone's bad, and the coach is contemplating ending her life. She looks so sick watching the game.
She
looks like she's gonna
downtrodden.
puke. Everyone is bad. Clarissa appears and is like, "Oh, hooray!" And okay, the scene where Clarissa shows up to congratulate Sam on being the best basketball player on the team. Clarissa's idea of how to clap is fascinating, because instead of just clapping like a normal person, she puts her whole hands in Sam's face and is just if you've ever seen Smiling Friends, it's Jeremy the demon, where it's whenever Jeremy appears and it goes it's that it's that yeah, so Clarissa does the thing you didn't think you'd like your wish, and at this point Sam does not make a wish, and this is a good thing for the show, because I think the next part, they're on the stairs, they're walking to class, Judith and Anna are being really bitchy, and Sam, now I don't know why she says this, because it doesn't make any sense for the events that are happening, but in a better scene it would make perfect sense and be a great wish. She wishes that everyone would go away, that they would just buzz off.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great way to make the everyone disappears wish happen.
Yes.
However,
Yeah, it's a lot more interesting.
It doesn't make sense in this moment.
No.
Because there's only 3 people in the stairwell.
Yeah, it would have been better if it was I wish you guys would just buzz off, and then
yeah.
But yeah, the thing that I like a lot is the instantaneous aspect of it, where it was just she says it and immediately everybody turns into flies. Because Buzz, I thought maybe they were going to do bees, but I guess flies are probably.
It would be hilarious if it was bees.
Easier to go.
Oh my god!
Not the bees!
Not the bees!
They probably thought of it making it bees, and then they were like, no, we have a bunch of kid actors, we can't do that.
Yeah, true.
And also, it's way cheaper to rustle up flies, I'm sure, than a bunch of bees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, would have been cool, but yeah, a lot of digital flies going on here too. There's some practical stuff, but yeah. It's a lot of
digital flies.
Oh my god, like weird clumps of flies that are just matted and moved around. Ugh. Also, a lot of just rubber flies, just sitting on the ground. Actually, some of these aren't even flies; it's just black dots.
Yep.
Yeah, standard definition. You could get away with a lot back then.
You could.
It's true. So he runs home, and this is where you get our Bobby, where she passes the tricycle
Yep.
with the headphones on it, playing music, and there's a fly on it, and she goes, "Oh, Bobby!"
So good.
I'm Bobby.
Oh my god! And I want to point out that there were like 100 flies that flew out of the school bus when she opened it.
Yep. Yeah.
What the fuck? There weren't that many people on the bus, man.
There are way more flies than there were people. Absolutely,
insane.
yes.
That is crazy.
It was a bus full of an entire football team.
Like maybe 3 football teams that flies.
Yeah.
Packed in there like fucking sardines.
She finds Clarissa at home, preparing to just kill her parents for some reason.
Yep. Just gonna eat them. Do even like crows eat flies? Like what?
I don't know. And then Sam insults the wishes and is like, they always go wrong. And in this version, Clarissa gets defensive about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, they do not always go wrong.
But what good is a wish if it always backfires?
They don't always backfire.
I do like that she's made the decision, the choice to just be a dumb witch. She's like, they're not bad. What's wrong with you?
Well, in this one, she
made everybody flies. That
in
rules.
this one, she does grant the wish as requested. Like, the wish is bad in this case. Like, I can't say it's her fault in this case.
Yeah, she's like, well, how the hell else was I supposed to interpret that?
Yeah, like...
I know why the crystal is there so that Clarissa
she
doesn't
could hear
have to be
the
present.
scene. Yeah,
Which is, like, understandable, but a mistake, because I want Clarissa to always be there.
It is understandable, but it stretches credulity. It feels like they wrote themselves into a corner and said, how do we fix it?
They said, "Oh, it's just kids' media. We can get away with it. No one's gonna be on a podcast reviewing our work 20 years hence."
So Sam does her wish, in which she makes Judith think that she's the greatest person in the world, and now everything is gay. Things proceed as expected. I mean, the same stuff happened. It's really weird, and Judith is like super clingy, and she goes to her house and wants to dress like her and all this stuff. Except in this TV version, it feels like someone watching it realized something about themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can imagine a person watching this episode of Goosebumps and thinking, huh.
It's so funny that you say that, because I was thinking that and I didn't write it down because I was like, I'm not the person to talk, but you're totally right.
It feels...
This awakened somebody.
Unintentionally, this feels very queer-coded.
Okay, I might cut this out, but I did have a joke about Judith exuding bottom energy.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, she shouts, "I wish that Judith was on the bottom of the team."
We have to talk about this is, I think I missed when this happened, but Anna, the actress who plays Anna, is very bad.
I think most of the kids are pretty bad. I was actually going to say, yeah, okay, go ahead.
I have not missed it yet. Or I did miss it. It was when, before she wishes everyone would buzz off, Anna says, "When are you going to quit the team?" It's like the most robotic delivery I've ever heard. When are you going to quit the team?
And she did that like right after the entire team sucked shit.
Yeah. Also yes.
Yeah, doesn't she have a bigger line later?
Anna?
Yeah.
She does talk to Judith about like why she would want to dress up like Sam.
Oh yeah, and she has and what have you done with your hair?
Hello? It doesn't matter what Bird wears. She's a walking catastrophe. And what have you done with your hair?
Yes. Anna gives a performance. let us say.
Child actors is all caveated with these are children, literal children. It's fine. But yes, some are clearly better than others.
Yes.
Yeah, and the problem is much more likely with the direction of the children because they're children.
Oh, I'm sure no one knew how to tell her to read that line. Like, no one was like, or even cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a real like don't care. Just shoot the next scene. We're through producing this guy.
Fuck it.
So the key critical element here in this episode is that the ending is 100% different
and way more terrifying.
Yes. Well,
visually.
Yes. Like both are dark endings.
It's a happy end as well.
Both are darker endings than most Goosebumps books we've read thus far, actually. Like, in the book, the ending is dark because Sam is literally turned into a bird, and her bully wins, and she's like a bird now, just forever.
Implying that something maybe will go wrong later on down the line, but whatever.
So, in the show, Judith wishes to be like the center of attention, and then everyone stop and like praise her. And Judith and Clarissa interprets that as turning her into a statue. So in this one, Sam gets exactly what she wants, but Judith makes a wish, it goes wrong, and her life is over. Like,
I feel like they could have done a better job with setting that up, but that's how the book should have gone, with her realizing that the wishes are all bad and using that to torture her enemy. Like,
yeah, I kind of do feel that way. It feels like that should be the way the book ends.
but it doesn't, like the episode doesn't really set that up like she figured it out or whatever. She just sort of on the spur of the moment decides to do it and doesn't appear to realize what she's asking for, which in fairness is how she makes all of her wishes.
That's true.
The reason why I said what I did is because the statue of Judith is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like someone took a picture of Judith, threw it into Photoshop, and like put an emboss and granite like effect on her, but they didn't realize that like eyes are different on sculptures.
Yeah.
And it results in the creepiest fucking screenshot I've seen from a Goosebumps. I'm definitely posting this. It's fucking creepy and weird.
It's weird. It's very weird.
It's so weird. And a crow lands on her head.
Yep.
And it doesn't shit. It doesn't shit on her head. That's it was right there, guys.
Ding, guys. Ding. Can't believe this.
Birds exist to shit on statues.
I was fully waiting for the crow to shit. I was like, it lingers long enough that I was waiting for this to happen. Like,
it is so weird. Anyways, all right, and that's it for this episode. I want to thank everybody for being here, but before we go, I think we got some patented reviews to go through. Brandon, did you want to do your patented review first?
Sure. So my patented review system is, what's this book like as a kid? What's this book like as an adult? I need a pithier name for that. But from the perspective of a kid, I would think that this would be very frustrating. Even a kid knows what they want, knows what they would wish for, and watching this person ask for wishes in the worst possible way, exhibiting no sense of pattern recognition, and also trying to murder her classmates, and also being subject constantly to embarrassment, falling on her face a lot, and engaging in very boring activities for the majority of the book, which is wasting my child time, which is worth a lot more than my adult time because I've got less of it. I think, honestly, this is a 1 out of 5 for a kid. And strangely, for the first time of any of these reviews I've done, I feel like it's exactly the same for an adult. It's boring, it's embarrassing, it's a little cringy, and it's frustrating how stupid everybody is. I don't want to be super, super negative, but I think this book isn't very good.
No.
From the kids or adults' perspective.
Running the risk of R.L. Stine calling me cringe. Book bad. Actually, while we were talking, I was like, where would I rate this? Like, how would I put the? And I was like, is this as bad as Monster Blood, or is it?
I don't think it is.
I think it's a little worse. I think it's, but I don't think that it goes to the level of The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb.
Okay. I agree with you there.
So I've got it at 3.5 right now. Maybe I'll put it at 4. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. But that's kind of my review. It's an interesting like chapter, and then everything else is just,
I think the greatest problem with this book is it's not even it's like bad. It is bad, but it's also just like boring.
Yeah,
like
I think
it's a boring Goosebumps book. It's not even like interestingly bad.
Right. It gets hung up in the mechanical like sort of aspects of being a child at certain points, and it's just like, yeah, okay, I get it. You're talking about like basketball practice and stuff. Is there any way that we can make this like interesting instead of just having the bullying thing that's in there constantly. It's like, oh shit, she's being bullied again.
The worst thing that media can do is be boring. Even being excitingly bad is better than that. I think like that's the truth. And this book is at least 50% boring by weight, which is wild when the premise is child gets wishes granted by a witch. That's like such a failure.
That's why I was like, Brandon, when you were talking about like she should have gotten the wishes like way sooner.
Oh,
that would have fixed so many fucking problems.
That should have been fucking chapter 2 of this book. Like,
right. Yeah, Mario, I think that's something that you talked about like a while ago. Like, I think it was something that we were talking about with Monster Blood. It was just like, why don't these books just start off with the premise that the cover implies and get right into the shit?
I mean, it's like Let's Get Invisible has me turn invisible like 2 chapters in. So like, thank you.
And
like,
that's why it's one of the best.
Yeah, like
let us do get invisible.
Like, stay out of the basement doesn't waste your time,
right? And I feel like Let's Get Invisible. I feel like Be Careful What You Wish For could take lessons from Let's Get Invisible.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just like having the kids sort of figure out what the fuck is going on when the wishes go through, like even playing with like, you know, what wish exactly went through, because there was the one where it's like, I wish my brother was like really small, and then she got fucking confused that he was a dog. But it's like maybe you accidentally make a wish and then make a couple wishes throughout the day, and it's like figuring out whatever. I'm done plussing up this shit.
I mean, truthfully, it would be a better book if all the wishes were not focused about Judith. Like, it would be better if she wished. Like, honestly, it would be a more interesting book if she got these wishes and made several like wishes selfishly motivated, fine, but like wishes, actual wishes, and exciting things happened, and then they went wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I refuse to believe that the only thing that Sam is thinking about in her
is Judith.
Yeah, exactly. Like her entire like school life, her entire life as a kid, it revolves around being bullied by Judith. And
well, that's the thing, is that Sam is like a really shallow character in that she exists to be bad at things, like, and has no other interests or personality. So like, you know, it's like a better book would tell us things about Sam that she likes, and then she'd wish to have those things, you know, or do those things, or be that thing. And then they would go wrong, and she would realize, like, you know, that the wish system is imperfect or whatever. But like, or they could just be wilder wishes. Like, her brother actually could have shrunk down to a foot tall. Like, that would be a problem that you'd like, you know, like,
yeah. And also like lock off the 3 wishes. Don't just have Clarissa come back and
fix
be like,
it every time.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fix this. It's like, no, you fix it with another wish, and then the whole idea of it is that be careful what you wish for, because things can build on some wishes build on others. Mistakes keep like, you know,
compounding mistakes. It's just not a very interesting or good book, and so in that regard. In that regard, is worse than Monster Blood, and it is worse even than Mummy's Tomb, because of the fact that those books were like bad in ways that were interesting,
right?
Like that there are bad in ways that are funny,
right?
Like
I'm gonna laugh my ass off at the giant dog in Monster Blood. Like, what are you fucking kidding me?
Right. This is bad in ways that are boring. It's a boring book,
right?
That has nothing to do with my review system, but it's true.
Before you engage in your patented review system, would you say that any of these characters were fucking freaks? I think Clarissa.
The TV show Clarissa is a fucking freak.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can, like, I don't know. I get what you're saying. She is certainly weird. I get that, and she's like
a crow. She has eggs in her purse.
That's weird, but like, she's a fairly adjusted, normal person otherwise. Like,
Sam's kind of a freak. She like wants to do murder violence on her childhood enemies.
Sam is not a human. Like, Sam does not have enough personality to be a freak. That's the problem.
Yeah,
like,
she can't wish for something she actually wants because like she doesn't have enough character to want.
Exactly. Now let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to a numerical system of judgment.
Let's do it.
All right. As you may recall, my patent review system has 3 sections. 1, scariness. This book is not scary. This book
I think I forgot at a point, like, was I supposed to be scary? Like, what?
This book is, simply put, it is not scary at all. I mean, the part where everyone disappears is slightly scary, but the fact of the matter is that it was scarier when, like, our main character found out that her entire family was dead.
Yeah.
In the Ghost Next Door. Like,
and she was, like, practically trying to figure out, like how am I supposed to live?
Right, like the same thing happened in Ghost Next Door, kind of, and that was way scarier. Because it had like emotional impact and stakes, and also couldn't be undone in 5 pages. So I'm gonna say this is a 1 on scariness. R.L. Steininess. This is a pretty Steiny book. There's a lot of bad cliffhangers. There's bad kid writing. I mean, it's probably like an 8 out of 10 on that. Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
And then, of course...
And there's fat shaming. That's an automatic point.
Yeah, that's not there's fat shaming. There's 2 instances of it, so, like, bump it up there.
Exactly.
I think it's an 8 or a 9 on that metric. And then, relatability, a.k.a. the kids zone. On the one hand, the bullying is relatable, but on the other hand, Sam is, like, not at all relatable. You know, like, she's so bad at everything, and, like, so obsessed with Judith, and, like, getting back at Judith. And also her wishes are so boring.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know children would make more interesting wishes.
Are you kidding? Like, they would immediately wish for, like, money or, like, some way.
Or superpowers.
Pokemon would be real.
Pokemon would be real. Pokemon would be real.
Pokemon would be immediately real. Exactly.
That would be the first wish for 80% of children in 1998.
I literally have vivid memories of being playing Pokemon with my brother in my backyard, and we both turning to each other and saying, "Man, I wish Pokemon were real."
Bob, I'm gonna do you one better and reveal a very embarrassing thing about me. Do
you LARP Pokemon?
No. In grade school, we had a time capsule, right? And you had to put in, like, letters from yourself, right? Or things it's like a form, because they didn't want kids to write shit. They just gave you, like, questions, right? And one of the questions was like, what do you hope to accomplish, right? And my answer was, make Pokemon real.
I wished for
through
it.
Science or magic.
On birthday cakes, I wished for it for a couple of years.
Like, yeah. So I can tell you right now what kids wish for. I remember it. This is none of this.
You have tapped into something primal and, like, ubiquitous.
Every kid would have been like, I wish I had a fucking Pikachu right now. Like, or a Vulpix.
You wish you had a fucking Pikachu right now.
No, I know.
Dark history.
I've turned your genitals into Pokemon. Yeah, so I would call this actually maybe maximum like a 2 on relatability.
Oh man,
maximum.
Not to completely interrupt you. I had an extremely strong image of
a Pikachu with a giant cock. Wait,
no.
Nope.
The video from Baldur's Gate where the guy is asking what genitals he chose.
Oh yeah,
or what dick he chose, and everybody's like, "Oh me, Doug Trio." She gave me Doug Trio.
Doug Trio.
I got Machamp. Really?
I got Machamp dick. Yeah.
Life is hard.
Yeah, so I think it's like a 2 on relatability. I think this is a bad book, folks, all around. This one.
I think the key for relatability is also a sense of, like, sort of an understanding, a realism in your depiction of what you want people to, like, sort of empathize with or relate to. And I think that the bullying in this book is just so out of whack with the actions of Sam. And
Sam is too bad at things. Like, she is a total mess.
It is.
Yeah.
I think, like, Corey reads
Hot Mess Express.
Corey reads like a person. Judith, not so much. Sam, even less. Clarissa is not human. So, yeah, relatability low.
Low relatability. Yeah. Well, bad book, everybody. It was a fun time.
Fun time with a bad book. Hey. And if you want to help us fund our excursions into what I am going to assume are comparably bad future Goosebumps books, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/youcan'tscareme. We are also YCSM Pod on Twitter and on Blue Sky now. So go ahead and follow those channels if you want to see some of the visual aids that we have been talking about. I'm definitely going to post a bunch of the covers, and I think I need to do that for like moving forward, just so that everybody can like, if they can have a one-stop shop for looking up the covers, especially since we're doing it now in order. So I think that it would be good for people to like, if they wanted to follow along. But also, I am absolutely going to post the pictures that Mario mentioned earlier, because I've been staring at them this entire time. As just Wet Jimmy's gourmet ass meats. Do this be pickup or delivery? And also, I'm going to post a screenshot of that fucking hilarious statue at the end of the episode.
Yes, well, you should.
But yes, I've noticed that there are a lot more Patreon subscribers. So hi, everybody. Thank you very much for subscribing. It's very nice of you. And you don't have to if you don't want to. It's a pay what you want subscription. It's very nice if you can, but not necessary. So with that said, we got another book to do next time.
I'd like to note something exciting. Yeah, but you go on, but I'll add my exciting thing when you finish this.
Okay. Yeah, so we got another book to do next time. It is Piano Lessons Can Be Murder.
The episode of which contains a guest appearance from a recurrent Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I need to watch All You're Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah.
Like all of it in one go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only really remember the one. Anyway, how the fuck do we want to end this?
I know.
Okay.
Let's all make a wish.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to
Okay.
blow
I'll
out
start.
some candle or something?
Okay, start.
I wish for a lifetime supply of goat cheese. But of course, my life will be only for the next 3 seconds.
Oh.
I wish Pokemon were real, but it would be Scarlet and Violet.
You'd be really tall.
I would immediately glitch the earth and fall to my death. Whoa!
Well, I wish everybody had a great rest of your day. And then I get struck by lightning.
And then you get struck by lightning, yeah.
And then you get struck by lightning.
Suddenly, everyone's moles. I'm sorry, I don't know. That's all I could think how to do it.
That's the only way that I know for people to have a good time.
A great day. I don't know. That's all I got.
Notice I said day and not night. So now there is no nighttime. It's all day because the sun exploded.
It's all day.
And we're only going to have the one good day. And then after that, we're all done.
You said a great day, and that was the key. They interpreted that very literally.
Yep. People who grant wishes are fucks.
They are.
Damn dumb witch.
They'd have to be pretty much crazy. They'd be basically guaranteed to be crazy.
Can someone please Photoshop the cover for Be Careful What You Wish For and just put dumb witch at the bottom of it.
Dumb witch.
Dumb witch.